enough of other things. Let's continue our campaign for Arby's of Darkness, and we can bring all of our wonderful survivors back out. I have ushered them back from the dead. Feel free to come on in, guys. I'm dun 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 dun. I'm sorry to push you away. I didn't mean to push you away, Jessica. But I'm glad that you're back.
It's just a solo game with me and Ivan this week.
Yeah, high five! Boom! All right, Jessica, you see a wild Hector in the middle of the underbrush.
Sorry.
What do?
I throw my Pokeball at it.
You throw your Pokeball at it?
You missed.
All right, you
Are we
missed.
gonna do a Pokemon one? Do you have any Safari Zone food? Do we have a Pokemon?
Safari Zone, like the San Diego
Devin,
Wild
should we come out?
Park.
Find one. Yeah, you can come
Okay,
out.
great.
Yeah, we're done being formal and stuff. So dun 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 dun. It's a Keller.
Keller,
Hey,
do
be
you
more
also
excited about it, bud.
do you also like the San Diego Safari
Padres?
Park?
Never been.
The Safari Park?
I've only been to Fossil Rim in Glen Rose, Texas, y'all. My brother got eaten by a cheetah there. That ain't true. He did give an autopsy to a giraffe, though.
Are you serious?
He gave an
100%
autopsy?
real.
Oh my
To
God.
a giraffe.
Did the giraffe die?
He has scars right here from a cheetah. For real, for real.
But you said he died by a cheetah. How could he have scars if he's
He
dead?
didn't actually
No,
die.
he's alive,
I
but
lied
he
about
did do a
that.
giraffe autopsy.
What
I
did your
met
brother
Michael
do?
Jackson's giraffe.
He worked at Fossil Rim. It's just
Oh.
as a guy who worked there.
Wait, say that again.
What's
You meant
fossil
Michael
I met
Jackson?
Michael Jackson's giraffe.
Oh.
What's his name?
It was dead at the time.
Aww.
We got
Was
got
it
to use
stuffed?
it for in the lab to study its bones.
How big was your lab?
It is fairly substantial. The
Sounds like
giraffe.
Fairly substantial.
All I got
Substantial
to
lab.
my portion of the study was its femur, which was like this big. It was like as long as me.
Seen big.
Jess, what's your favorite archaeology movie? Go.
Indiana Jones, of course.
Wrong, Jurassic Park.
Boom!
That's not
That's
an
a
archaeology
paleontology
movie.
Bitch!
They dig up bones.
Learn your ologies.
For the first
Archaeology
15
is looking up
minutes.
artifacts.
Hector,
Oh.
that's like the biggest insult.
Find me some fucking 15th century pottery, then we can talk, Hector, about archaeology.
Iffy, how you doing?
Oh.
If he's quiet, if he
Chime in on this one, Iffy.
You know, the only good media on archaeology is Jackie Chan Adventures.
That's what's up. Talismans.
That's how he hid his Panama Papers.
Haha, we're not gonna give it to him.
That's how he hit
Oh.
his what?
Panama Papers. That's timely.
Your boy Jackie Chan, he's been hiding that money.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, he was leaked as one of the people using one of those shell businesses.
What?
Yeah.
Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Damn, Mister, I do all my own
This
stunts.
is a real world thing.
I mean,
Jackie
you gotta
Chan
pay
did a
those
bad
bills
thing?
somehow.
No, Jackie Chan's awesome. He
Yeah,
didn't do
through
anything
show
bad.
It's not that bad of a thing.
Like, I imagine, like,
He's not a
Jackie
terrible
Chan's
person.
such a good guy and such a few. He probably thought it was like a reputable business. He was like,
Exactly.
I want to support this like South American lawyer,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna hire
Yes.
them.
Yes.
And you know, it turned out they were not to be trusted.
Wow, we took a dark turn.
It was like, hey Jackie,
Oh,
yes.
it's darker.
Do you want to support
We
this
were
shell
talking
company?
about dead
Oh,
giraffes,
yes.
and then we took a dark turn.
I mean, dead giraffes are just circle of life.
Dead giraffes are sadder than, hey, that guy put money
Especially when
here.
they're laying down and their head comes up for the last few moments of their life as they stare at you with their eyes and their lolled out black tongue.
I prefer thinking of a dead giraffe
A
rather than
dead
a Jackie Chan in
Your
jail.
tongue is
Yeah,
not
me
black,
too.
sir.
A dead dry
Yeah,
giraffe looks
I tried
like
to do my
jerky.
giraffe impression.
Let's see it.
Ugh.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
that's the
That's
sound
your
I
giraffe.
make.
We should do a Zootopia episode and we can all be different
Oh
zoo
gosh,
animals.
we did that already. It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, basically.
I
Or
just want to be
the
different
life of
animals.
cats.
Sloth.
You just want to be a furry. Just go to furry.
Hector Sloth. There it is.
Don't drag us into
Just
this.
go to Reddit /
Don't-
conspiracies.
Don't
Sloth.
Are you slothing it?
Yeah.
Slothing it? Yeah, there
He's
he
practicing.
is. There he is. Are you practicing?
Brother.
Boosh.
Aww.
It's not how you treat a sloth.
That's not you don't.
That's not how you treat
can't-
it.
That's
Guys,
aim.
Guys, the
That's
sloth
it.
is the most dangerous animal in the animal kingdom.
They're mean.
They're
I wanna get
terrifying.
my
They have
sheet out.
claws
I'm
3
not-
inches long.
I'm not gonna meet the sloth.
I'm not going to either. I
Oh man, I'm
value
gonna
my
let that sloth
jugular.
lay on me. I'm gonna sleep with that sloth.
Yeah, good luck.
You want to
dying.
sleep with everything on this show.
Yeah.
You'll
You always
have
make
one.
a pass at the most weird things.
Yeah.
Is Like first it was a gecko. Well, no, first
All
it
we want
was
is eating your entrails.
yeah. So guys, if you're just joining us now, welcome to No Survivors, in which we play mini campaigns and shenanigans often occur. This period of time, what do we want to call these little campaign epicness, like these mini campaigns? That's what I've been.
That's a good term.
Is that right?
Mini
you want to call them
Adventures or like campaign collections or?
Yeah. I like adventures.
You like
Campaign
adventures?
collection's a little clunky.
Alright, they could be adventures, they could also be journeys, but journeys is a little like, oh, I'm going on a journey.
Watch this workshop.
Quests.
That is, yeah, but you can go on multiple quests in a storyline, though.
True.
You know?
Let's call it ultimate quests. Then.
The ultimate quests.
Multiple ultimate quests.
So it's a storyline then.
Storyline's fun.
But if you're joining us now, we're continuing our story of the Arby's of Darkness, in which our 4 primitive screwheads and our 1 hero that was upgraded via straw poll in the last episode is attempting to reacquire the Necronomicon after being quote-unquote stolen from Robin the Yellow, and currently the Frostlands of Fritus. Or was it? It is the Fort Curliton of Fritus. Thank you. And they managed to, kind of stumble upon what seemed to have been a ritual that was being performed by potentially members of the Church of the Yellow Sign, or they could just be cultists crashing the party. So who's ready to? First of all, does anyone else have any other exciting things they want to talk about, or should we just get right into the adventure?
I forgot a pencil.
I don't have a pencil, I'm sorry.
I'll be right back.
All right, Reverend. While Reverend's getting a pen, does anyone have anything that they want to share or talk about?
Nope. I'm about to do a badass thing whenever we start.
That's the best. Those are words I like to hear. So, it's,
Hold on. You got anything to say, Jess? You look like you had.
No, but if I'm gonna be put on the spot, my mom wanted you to know she liked your cargo pants last week.
Me? My cargo pants?
Yes, she specifically commented on how she thought you looked nice in your cargo
I
pants.
really appreciate that. I like those cargo pants.
She's a big fan. All right.
She is. She watches every week.
What does she? I feel like I show a lot of moose knuckles. Any comments on that?
I have not asked Mom's Japan about that, and
Sorry, Mom's Japan. I'm genuinely curious.
I don't think she knows what that means, and we're not going to tell her.
Yeah, let's see.
Chat, don't say what that means. Because she reads the chat, too.
Have you heard of the moves?
I actually saw a good thing earlier. What was it? What was it called? Subchapter Seasons. Yes. I think Seasons is
That's what I was thinking too. So whoever thought of that, just know we're thinking the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking of you.
On this season, we are doing Arby's of Darkness, in which our primitive screwhead survivors are currently stumbled upon an ancient cult, and our elevated hero, Dikembe, who was, and still is, I guess, a security manager over at the local Arby's.
Yes, as soon as I get back to the Arby's, I will be taking over as security. I am so worried about milkshake machine. I know nobody knows. I have the key for it, so it cannot be clean. It's going to be moldy. I have to clean it.
I think it's fascinating that as security, you also do maintenance on the milkshake machine or the frosty machine.
Jack of all trades.
Because no one's know, and it's a milkshake machine. No, there is no frosty. What is a frosty? I don't know what a frosty is. It is a milkshake machine, and I just no one else knows how to clean it, and I don't want it to be ruined because we can't get it replaced. So I clean the milkshake the machine.
I like dipping French fries in Frosties. That's
okay. Good. I hope you enjoy Frosty. I don't know what a Frosty is. I've never seen one in my life.
All right, so we cut back from commercial. Lights fade up onto 4 stunned individuals coming into the middle of this glorious chapel that has stained glass windows, and it's still twilight, but it still seems to glow from all of the candlelight candelabra that is candelabra.
I like chandelabra.
Candelabra that is swaying in the windless breeze in the middle of this church, and you can see as 5 people in black cloaks are currently hovered over a stone dais as as a man is squirming, attempting to get away from a dagger that is currently being held over his solar plexus. And you watch as they lifted their hands up right before all of their hoods mildly, slightly lifted their heads up to stare at you, features still completely cowled by their cowls.
What y'all doing over there?
And you hear silence as they all, at the same time, reach out simultaneous daggers and reach towards you. As one of them looks down upon the form right in front of him and attempts to take.
Stop. You stop it right now. I am out of my jurisdiction of the Arby's, but I am sure there's an Arby's nearby which gives me jurisdiction to tell you to put down that dagger or face the consequences.
Hey man, turn around. I know that you're tripping out like crazy, but that's a statue. They're over there.
Okay, well, indeed. Well, you know, it is whatever.
I feel a little morally responsible for getting you super high right before this, but we're gonna have fun.
What did this man do?
They look at each other, and you can see that one of them, who was holding a book inside of his hands, seems to have lost his place, and he was obviously reading something. But he slowly just closes the book, and they continue to just stare at you, almost in stunned silence. Like who would ever interrupt a sermon?
I would. Me, former Squire Peter Parquois. And because one of my drawbacks is that I'm so rigidly honorable, I can't stand by idly as a man may be stabbed in his central cortex or whatever
Solar
it was.
plexus.
Solar plexus. So I'm going to use all of my drama points.
Every one of them.
All of them. I have
All of them?
16.
You have 16.
And I'm going to use my fast reaction time.
Uh-huh.
I'm also going to use my acrobatics, which I have a 6, if possible. You stop me if there's something I can't do so far.
No, you're on this. You can't use all of your drama points, but you can use.
How many?
You can use one per roll.
Do we have
I'll
the
use-
sounds on?
I don't think we have the sounds on, but I'm sure that people will let us know when we get extra drama points. Why? Because when you subscribe, our players get drama points.
And I'll use one per roll, but I'm going to attempt a jump kick with my acrobatics as part of my skills.
Great.
And it's coming out of nowhere. I'm a shy, timid little boy, but someone's about to get killed.
So wow!
I have to do a jump kick.
Great.
Wow.
All right, so let's do getting medieval and some dexterity, or actually acrobatics and dexterity to get over there. And if you're gonna do a drama point, you're just gonna automatically get I think a certain amount. Either that or you get an extra die roll. Let me double check.
Cool.
So roll your d10, sir.
Lady Do taught me a word, and it's cool.
Cool.
I like to say things are cool now.
That's right, Peter. I'm going to be in full support of this because one of my drawbacks is that I am incredibly reckless. So I feel like Peter can do this, even though I know deep down in my heart he cannot.
I would like to clarify something for myself. What time period are you from? Are you from back yonder times? Are you from like the Arby's with us? How did that go down?
Hey man, I don't really like you peering into my soul and seeing nothingness. So I think you just need to like reflect back onto yourself and then look at me again and see what you see.
Yes,
I feel like
Reverend-
English is a
the
good
Reverend
language we
makes
should
a
all
very
speak.
good point. Who are you? Who are you?
I'm just here for peace and love. Can you dig it?
No,
No,
what does that
we
mean?
cannot. What are you saying?
Let me ask you this question. What do you call that game with the black and white ball that people kick around back and forth? What do you call
That is
that
football.
game? Not, I wasn't asking you, that was a test for her.
Okay.
I don't believe in regimented sports. I think that they're destructive, and I think that they
You've never
ruin.
been to a good baseball game.
See, talk about the football. Who is your favorite soccer club, huh?
My favorite soccer club,
Football club.
American
gonna say.
Outlaws, mother
Football.
effer.
Huh?
American Outlaws.
What are you? What?
Oh my God, Team USA. I watched the World Cup one year, that's all I know.
Okay, that is not a football club. A football club is Manchester United,
No.
Chelsea.
Hey, look at what Peter's
Chelsea.
doing right
FC
now.
Dallas.
Peter, so you get plus 10 to your roll
Barcelona.
for burning a drama point. You just get plus 10.
on top of whatever I rolled,
Of whatever
with
you rolled.
my acrobatics, which is 6, dexterity, which is 2, and then I rolled a 5. So I think I rolled a 13.
So which on your success chart, what would that give you?
Your
A 13 going to 23
Extraordinary.
is extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
That's right. I'm amazing.
Peter Parquois,
Spectacular.
tell me how you extraordinarily get
much,
over
Peter.
there
Tone it
before
down,
these cultists have even a chance to react.
I don't know, but a few months ago, I saw a little spider crawling in my chambers, and it was glowing ever so strangely, and it bit me. It bit me on my hand, and it hurt. And ever since then, sometimes I sweat profusely, sometimes I dream about girls and women, other times I can do amazing, incredible things. Sometimes I shoot white liquid goo.
Why were you?
Goodness gracious, goodness.
You-
How old
I
are you?
don't know.
How old are you?
Wow! I did it!
All right,
Stop right there. With great power comes great responsibility.
so
This
Peter
sounds
Parquois.
What is this?
Very gross.
Ultimate kick.
This sounds
Ultimate
very
punch.
gross. Very gross. I don't
Jazz
like
hands.
gross stuff. This is very gross.
He's not even asleep anymore.
You,
This is getting ridiculous.
Look, Peter, I don't know why you let your hind near a spider. That's super weird.
My
hind.
You're behind her.
hind.
My hind was in my trousers the whole time.
And
I
it bit
kicked a
you?
man in the
I-
face.
It
So
bit you on your
I
hind.
I guess she's from Peter's time because who uses hind? What hind? Who?
You sound crazy.
Hind? Are you talking about mustard or ketchup? Hind.
So
Hind.
Peter
Like-
Parquois, you
Banned from
basically start
Spain.
from a standing position
Right.
and lift your kick out into the air and fly 20, 30 feet.
It's impossible.
Impossible!
But I did it.
But you just go from a standing position to whee! And
Okay, so
just deliver.
superpowers, even though
What's that?
nothing.
What happened? And deliver a kick straight into one of the cultists' face.
The one holding the knife over
Right.
his
right in the center.
thorax.
And you
Say
watch
that more
as,
British,
as his dagger flies up into the air as he tumbles and you both fall to the ground. Your momentum causes you to roll as you.
Of course, that's just science.
It's just
God created momentum
you're.
Amen.
to keep us on the straight and narrow.
The narrow path.
And you and him are now both
You're not
prone
straight.
onto the floor as the other cultists turn in shock to see a tiny squire boy who has managed to just deliver himself across the room to deliver a kick into this cultist's face.
And I said, as I kicked him, I said, "Here's your change."
Well, you know what this means. And I pull out my taser. It's tasering time. like my mate's thing does. Zzz, zzz,
I'm praying.
zzz.
What is
What are
everybody
these
else
guys?
doing?
Do we know?
I pull out a pack of cigarettes and I light a match off of the Reverend's leg.
Ouch! Hey, these are the Lord's pants.
I'm lighting my cigarette.
Yeah, that's not cool. Okay, the Lord doesn't like your lungs being filled with the devil's smoke.
Whoa, that's way intrusive.
Sorry, you lit matches on my pants.
Can someone help me? I'm a little boy.
No, you just kicked him. You're talking about you got jizz flying everywhere.
Did you not hear me say I am coming with my taser? Zzz.
Thank you, hero.
I'm praying.
Thank you,
Alright.
Dikembe.
It's-
You're so
I take-
dark
I
and
take
beautiful.
I take a nice long drag and then I flick my cigarette at his face.
Well, they're all about 20 feet away. Peter Parquois is the one who got all the way over there with his
I've-
immense drama points.
To give
spending.
you an idea, I flew this far. Yeah!
I have an idea now.
Now I'm over here.
I think that's not quite 20 feet. I think you need to go a little further back.
Little further.
Just keep going.
Keep going.
Just keep going.
Keep on going.
So what are you three gonna do now that Peter Parquois is,
Well, I
is
guess-
I'm
in
going
the
to-
midst of it? Yeah, I know you're tasing, so you're
Oh,
running forward with the
oh,
tasing.
yes,
I got you, Dikembe.
Exactly. That's
Alright.
what I
And now you flicked your cigarette.
Well, I guess I need to saunter over a little closer to flick my cigarette in his face.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
I'm gonna saunter
So
over.
How many points
sauntering-
do you have for sauntering?
Sauntering.
Well, I do have 5 points in Rock Your World.
Sauntering will take time. We'll take a round of sauntering. So
I want to look real cool while I do it.
that's all right. I think I can give that to you for free.
I hope you do not get stabbed with all this walking and lighting cigarettes and flicking them. You know, one time back in my village, someone had a cigarette and you know what happened? They turned into a goat. So I hope you don't turn into a goat because you are at risk for turning into a goat.
Man, these are cloves. It's fine.
Okay.
Those are worse for you. They smell better, but they're bad.
They smell good though.
How about you, Reverend?
Well, I realize I'm 20 feet away. I'm an old man. It takes me a while to get over there.
That's true.
So,
And
I
they're just
don't know
singed your
if that's
pants.
going to talk.
Do you want to
in
saunter with?
pansies.
with
I don't saunter. That's what harlots do.
All right. So you don't want to saunter like a harlot. Do you want to go with purpose?
I'll meander.
You meandering. Okay.
And
so,
then once I get close, I pull off my leg and I jab at the man who tried to take down little Peter boy.
all right.
You
well,
have the best balance for a 900-year-old man, I must say.
84.
Okay, close enough.
You think I don't got practice after all these years?
Peter Parquois. I think at this point everyone's either sauntering, meandering, or tasing, and at this point you watch as the other 4 cultists that were standing around this dais turn to you, and one points at you while seeming to be whispering next to his mate, and you can watch as they all start to slowly close in on you, with their daggers held high.
Oh no.
So-
now it's up to me.
Now it's up to little Peter boy,
But here's the thing.
full
Along
of
with
love, full of joy.
Can you just jump up in the air and jizz on something?
No,
Fly
what does
away?
that mean? Jeez. What does that word mean?
I don't know.
I can't just do that. There's men trying to attack me.
Peter, it's your special magic.
My special magic?
Use your
your
special
special
purpose.
magic.
Lady Do, you said that was only for me to discover all by myself in my room, alone.
Oh, wait, don't use your special magic.
Should I use my special magic
No,
now?
no, don't use your special
I'm
magic.
afraid.
I mean,
Goodness gracious.
Lady Do, you said it was my special magic for
No,
me.
you're gonna
I
burn
know.
in hell either way. I wouldn't do it.
I'm gonna burn in hell. I have to make a decision. Stop talking to me. Now I have bad luck. Is that going to affect me at all?
at
Or should
this-
I not have said anything to you just now?
Probably shouldn't have said anything.
It's
to
a
me.
drawback.
But now the
luck's
bad
not
luck
great.
is that you told me that you have bad luck.
That's
But-
all then. That's it. That's the
But
extent of it.
I also have acute senses and a fast reaction time.
Well, fast reaction times is why I'm allowing you to go first before these cultists come down on you.
Okay.
All right.
So now what I'm gonna do is
I've decided what bad luck means now, so I'll
Okay.
get into
Do a
it.
breakdance kick where you spin around.
I
and hit
want
'em
to
all.
use another drama point and use acrobatics. And this time, I'm going to leap into the air and do like a cartwheel in the air and just land behind my friends and our hero Dikembe. So I'm going to land behind him. So I'm
Alright.
going to attempt to do that with my acrobatics,
So
which again
it's
is a
acrobatics
6.
and
Dexterity.
dexterity again, right?
Wonderful. Great. So that's
Dexterity.
8. 9. Do I get a plus 10 because I'm burning one?
You're burning one.
So that's a 19. That means it was excellent.
Excellent. All right.
Peter, button your pantaloons before you jump over here.
That's a very
What?
good idea. They need to stay buttoned at all times.
Huh? Ooh.
You keep them open. I will show you something, okay? Back in my village, when you are the strongest warrior, you keep your pantaloons open so everybody can see
What are
you
your
have.
pantaloons
So-
on for then, Dikembe?
So,
So you don't get goat meat in your butt, of course. Come on.
Peter, you excellently,
I don't know what that means.
deftly rise from your standing position again with your pantaloons
gracious.
open or closed. I don't know which one at this point.
I've landed behind my friends.
And you're now behind your friends,
He's got 2 pubes.
and he's doing. You're great. You were.
Why are you
You managed to
counting?
kick him in the face.
Why are
and
you
then get
counting
back.
his pubes?
So-
It was easy.
No, you are looking in places that you
Couldn't help it.
So-
okay.
So the cultists are looking at Peter,
flying
and
around.
it's kind of like you're playing a ping pong match at this point
Yes.
because they watched him come over, and now he's coming back, and they're so confused now that they are one of them, the closest one to the dais, is now just starting to unhook the man who is still just barely conscious at this point. And
save
attempting
him?
to get him off of the dais at this point, while the high priest, in which you're assuming the high priest, the one that you kicked right in front of the face, is starting to shake his head and get back up from his downward his prone position. So you're all now probably within cigarette flicking range, I'll say.
I'm gonna throw my leg at him.
Throw your leg! Reverend! Alright, you're gonna throw your leg.
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
going to get up right into his neck, and I'm going to zap him right in his neck.
Okay.
How many are there?
There are 4 active, 1 getting up on the ground.
So these are essentially like the Nazgul, like a ring wraith.
What's a
This is very interesting. Huh?
What's a Nazgul?
As a
So
reverend.
you are
You're
a
a
reverend,
Tolkien
but
head.
you read the Lord of the Rings, huh?
Tolkien was a man of God. Him and
Okay,
C.S. Lewis
you
were
read the
best
Lord of the
friends.
Rings, but you say you are a pastor, but I thought you don't read the Harry Potter or the Lord of the Rings.
You don't
There's
read Harry
biblical
Potter.
allegory all up
There
in
is
that.
not. There is
There
not a
is.
single one. Okay.
goodness
If
gracious.
anything, you are the smiggle. That is what I see when I look at you.
I didn't compare myself to anybody.
When
That's
I
hurtful.
do- I-
Reverend, you've thrown your leg at the
Yes.
cultist, and you're going up with your magic electricity stick to go get one of them. Are we flicking?
I'm gonna flick a cigarette and try to get it inside his mouth
Okay, great.
for
That's a good one.
maximum
That
burn.
seems hard to do.
They're cloves.
Peter, are you happy being behind your heroes at the moment? Oh,
Do something.
I have to check my pantaloons.
All right.
I don't know
Alright.
if there's any way for them to be open. But
Why
What do
don't,
I use
why don't
for
you
that?
throw Getting Medieval and your
I don't have that one.
you don't have Getting Medieval?
No.
All right, then you're not going to get any bonuses when you roll.
I want to do a drama point because I'm not good at anything.
All right, so do a it's very dramatic what you're doing, and then oh my gosh, Sapphire do
I wanna burn a drama point as
also
well.
drama point.
Yeah.
You guys are a very dramatic group.
yes,
and then
they're all
Dikembe,
following my lead.
you're
No,
gonna
we're
use you're gonna use Gun Fu, and
Okay.
you're gonna use Strength.
Okay.
He doesn't need to burn
What am
any
I
drama
using?
points.
The Lord.
You're not using the Lord.
It's a cross I'm throwing.
It's just Strength plus Getting Medieval.
Can I use Rock
so
Your World for
I have
this?
Can't use Rock Your World. On
18,
this.
which is excellent.
So if I
Excellent.
don't have Getting Medieval,
You don't have Getting Medieval, you're just not gonna get a plus when you roll your die.
that's cool.
Well, you didn't put anything in Getting in Medieval. You're
You
throwing
got a
in
good
cross. So
Got a good point. I got nothing to do.
and Dexterity for you, Sapphire, do as well as I don't even know what is flicking a cigarette.
Well, I do have +2 to situational awareness and +2 natural toughness.
Situational awareness, I will allow a +2, but then it's just your Dexterity +2
I'm
plus
also
your die roll.
situational
Plus,
awareness.
plus my
You're
drama.
throwing, so sure.
Yes.
Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus how many for my
If you're burning your drama points, +10.
+10? So I have a 24. I'm mind-boggling.
My.
I flicked that cigarette so well.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
my lord, my mind is boggled.
That's how you get out of awkward backstage encounters.
That went right into his mouth. Impossible.
Yeah, Sapphire, why don't you describe to me what just happened here?
Well, I saunter on over, making real sure that I don't trip over my bell bottoms because they're out of this world. I saunter over, I put my hand on my hip, I take a nice long drag, I go, and then I flick it. And they're so stunned at my audacity, their mouths are open. Lands into the main guy's right into the back of his throat.
You hear a choking sound as it starts as he grasps his throat, and he starts to wobble.
And then you're like, I'm no man. And then his helmet starts getting all smashed in. Like,
What are you describing?
What?
Is that Harry Potter?
What happened? No, it is not the Harry Potter. He's talking about the Lord of the Rings, and he knows in his heart.
There's a
And you
Lord
watch
of
as
the
this
You're in for a real
cultist who
treat.
now has this, as he crumbles down with his throat, and you watch as he just starts convulsing on the floor, like kicking in a fetal position, and seems to be out of the fight at the moment, at least. So
I sit in a
fool.
pew and I start rolling a joint.
you said you sit in a pew?
I sit in one of the pews.
There are pews? Where are we?
you're in a church.
I thut you said we were in like just a room.
So now you
So-
are talking, and you do not even understand what a church is. Who are
This
you?
ain't like no church
Oh,
I never
oh, you
seen.
are an imposter. I knew you are not a reverend. I knew it when I saw you. When I saw you.
Side effects from them drugs are still.
Reverend,
Of course we do.
Reverend, how did you do on your total?
I did good. I did good.
Okay, great.
14.
Okay, so all right, so you did good. So you watch as you basically unhook your leg and you chuck the spiked cross, spiked crucifix, the wooden crucifix that is your leg, and you watch as it jabs into one of the cultists, and you can see as he kind of like he grabs it as it goes into his shoulder, and he's amazed, but he just watches. He just pulls the cross out, or actually probably doesn't pull the cross out yet. He's just holding it, and you watch as he flails back, hits his back against the wall.
Can we get my leg back, please?
And you but ironically you hear no scream uttering from his mouth. So
Is this the main guy who is?
no, it's just it is one of the ones.
Is there a
inside.
main guy?
The main guy's still getting up from the floor.
Okay, he will
good.
not get up because he will be shot down.
So you're gonna have to cross two other cultists to get to him because they're all kind of lined up.
I'm an occult
I will
specialist. Does that mean
I will
anything?
give you a little bit of a diagram with the dice that I have available.
Okay.
I'm sorry that we can't get you. Hashtag who sent you.
Who sent you?
Sent you.
Who sent you?
Who sent you here?
I do not know what you are referencing, but I will know it was a good question at the time. I just want you to consider it.
So
wondering
this
who
one's
sent-
iffy. This one's been brought down by the cigarette, the best cigarette throw in all of
It
history.
brought him down?
This one has been knocked back through the crucifix leg. This is the one that's currently on the floor. That's
Okay.
getting up, but you still have. This one's on the floor, but you still have this guy. And the dais is right here, so you're gonna have to either hop the dais, in order to get to him, or you're gonna have to go around.
Question: is the book still on the dais?
No, this
Ooh,
one
that's what I'm
is
gonna
still
do.
holding the book.
Which one?
This one to the farthest to the right.
Or the net is who I will shock and I will take the book from him.
Toss me that
Shock
book.
the book.
I will
Okay,
shock
him and get
He
the
will
book.
take his book. I will
Alright.
shock and grab. Shock and
Dikembe,
grab.
I'm open for
Shock
that
and
book.
grab.
Okay, did you do your die roll already?
Yes, I got excellent.
You got excellent. Okay, all right. Well, then you tell me how you stun him. Tell me
walk
how
up
this
to him.
goes down.
I woke up and I was like, this may come as a shock, but zzz, I need that book.
Oh! That was good. That was good.
All right, so he doesn't even see it coming because although he does attempt to defend himself with his dagger as you're coming up to him with a little bit of a grapple. So let's see. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
I did.
I got psychic visions. Didn't realize that.
How did you do on your attack roll?
I think I can do.
As far I got excellent.
50, which is the number?
5 levels of success.
Yeah, and what's the target number?
The target number? Which one?
So this one, 17 through 20.
Okay.
Okay, so you beat him. Okay, so you managed to grab his hand and shove the magic electric stick into his. This is like your chainsaw hand. It's just this taser. So.
Taser hand. I like that.
And you watch as he, in shock, just convulses as the book flies up into the air. So, and you snatch it in midair, and what do you say?
Say, good night, sweet prince.
All right.
I love that line. That's my favorite line I've ever heard. You're such a hero.
What are you saying?
Good night, sweet prince. It's perfect. It's all encompassing, and it can be used in almost any situation. It's amazing.
Peter, don't be a sheep.
Good night, sweet prince. See?
See, that is good, Peter. See, I am like you. This is why you are my son now.
That worked well.
And I respect you. You are my son now.
Good night,
And
sweet
every time
prince.
she tells you something, just
Stop
ignore
saying
her.
that. You don't say it
Don't
anymore.
listen to her anymore.
But she's Lady Do.
Yeah, but don't listen. She is evil.
She's my Lady Do.
The pastor said she is evil. He called her a harlot.
I didn't call her a harlot. I said the word
You
harlot.
technically,
By proxy. in reference to sauntering being that of harlots.
Okay, so as you guys are arguing about harlots and all other manners of one-liners, the guy who was just tased is still convulsing on the floor. Cigarette
Good night, sweet
cultist
friend.
is still choking and attempting to cough up whatever he has in his throat. But the other two are now making a beeline straight for Dikembe with their daggers raised, and they're now making a strike at both. And one's running for Sapphire Dew. So
No, Sapphire Dew.
I'm
Right.
hopping off to the side.
a leg has been spent.
What?
True.
What's the chances that I can do a two-parter here?
Two-parter.
A two-parter.
Explain first. Just explain to me what you want
Well,
to do.
I want to do like a classic like switch with
Classic.
distraction. I want to distract him, but while I'm secretly doing something else. But they happen simultaneously.
What if I
It'll
distract
all make
while
sense
you
in
do
a
something
second.
else?
That's weird.
I want to flash the cultist and light my bra on fire and fire him.
I will not approve of this personally myself. But
So
This plan, I am trying to imagine it just in a regular real world scenario, how that would possibly work. But I want to see it. I am excited. I am interested.
How
and I
would
get
it
to
help?
see some boobies.
I'm a
And I
feminist.
get to see some
I'm
boobies.
a feminist.
Are you skilled in taking your bra off with one hand?
I mean, I have +5 in Rock Your World.
Is it a front clasp or a back clasp?
It's a front clasp.
isn't that convenient?
Isn't that convenient? I'll tell you what. For the drama point, anything's possible.
I'll do a drama point. All right, so I want to distract with the flash, and then that gives me the chance to burn my bra and throw it.
I'd like to go for a groin kick.
All right.
As I'm attempting to go for an attack on the person who's charging at my Lady Dew,
Right.
I see that she's taking out her breast, and then I get distracted, and then I have bad luck, and I'm a teenager, so that's 2 drawbacks, so then I
Right.
fall down or something.
That's exactly what happens. Either that or you're just slack-jawed and staring.
So I'm attempting to attack. No, leave my Lady Dew. Lady Dew! Oh! And then I fall like that.
All right. Good. So
I'm out
I'll
for
go.
this one.
Go ahead and make your. Oh, well, what else is everyone else doing? You have the book now, and you're shocked. You stepped off to the side. You were
I'm
saying.
praying.
You're praying. How about you, Dikembe?
I am going to defend myself and her boobies with my taser once again. Once anyone who gets close will get the zap. You will
Okay.
be zapped.
So this one's coming at the bra burning hippie. This is the one right next. The one that's on the floor is the one that's suffering from the cigarette burn still. But the high priest is now up and probably coming at you. So
My bait and switch is mind-boggling.
mind-boggling.
Yeah,
I'll say.
it's pretty great.
All right, let me make a will save just because I can. Okay, sure, it goes off without a hitch. Why not?
Thank God.
So.
These are the best boobies you've ever seen. in your
Why
life.
don't you
Trust me.
They're
regale
pretty
me about the tale of the bait and switch, Sapphire?
Leave
dude?
her alone.
Look, so Siri, please. This is not the time.
This is happening right here. Just do
What's
it.
going on is the cultists are coming toward me. He's trying to protect me, but I'm like, I'm a feminist. I can do this on my own. I've been to plenty of rock concerts. I know what it's like to throw your undergarment. And so
Brazier.
I quickly pull down my peasant top.
Quick question. Like which rock concerts did you go to?
Which rock concerts?
Which
All of them.
rock
So like
I've been
you went to
to all
like
of them.
Woodstock and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course.
Then you
I've
do
been
not
to-
have a bra. If you went to Woodstock, you do not have a bra, and you have armpit head,
Look.
and you're smoking weed.
Don't-
I'm just saying.
Don't mix me up with a hippie. I'm a feminist. I'm burning my bra.
All right, so you flicked
So-
it, you
Your
lit
name's
it.
Sapphire.
So I do
dude,
like
and you're not a hippie.
I do a quick little move that
Oh,
many,
a quick little move.
If you've ever been a greaser, you would be familiar.
Are you a
with this.
greaser now too?
I'm not a greaser. I'm not a greaser. My dad was a greaser.
Like Pony Boy.
This is the
Yeah,
most.
just like Pony Boy, stay gold. So I
Soda pop.
So I strike a match on the pew while he's,
This is a
admiring
church.
the goods.
I didn't know
and then
that
I
earlier.
light it on fire, and it's from the 70s, so this bra is super flammable.
It just goes right up.
And then I toss it.
All right, you watch as it flings into the cultist's face, and he like receives the flaming undergarment, and it lights his cloak on fire. At the same time, tripping over Peter Parquois, who is fallen onto the ground.
But
With
the burning wiring from the bra has landed on Peter Parquois' chest,
Branding him.
branding him, and it kind of looks like a spider
Kind of looks like a spider's chest. That's perfect.
on his chest.
What a curse!
Peter, get up and get up and be a man. This is embarrassing.
Okay, so Peter's been branded from the underwire of the metal garment as the cultist is tumbling over and is on fire, and you can hear again for some reason no screams, but he just continues to flail as he's rolling, attempting to pull himself out. And the only one left is the high priest who has managed to recover from the initial Peter Parquois attack and is going after you, Dikembe.
Okay, and by the way, since I am a hero now, I am no longer humorless, and I will take that away because I will be saying many jokes. I say all jokes now. I am very jokey. I am a very jokey man now. I will take away. Let's see. I will take away notice. I am very oblivious to things because I am always making jokes.
Roll your defense attack. Okay.
I was just saying. I was just getting ready.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What will I be rolling for?
Rolling. You're gonna basically roll dexterity. You're just at this point actually just make the roll. I'll tell you if he gets you or not.
It is a 5.
Okay, he gets you.
Oh no.
All right. So.
Dikembe.
Also, I need to re-roll life points real quick. What was the equation?
The equation is double your constitution.
Okay.
Times 4.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Okay.
Wow.
Got it.
It's a weird formula.
Okay. Well, let's continue with this, and I'll worry about that later.
Right. So he takes you, and you after you tase the guy on the ground, you feel as his sacrificial dagger lifts up and it pierces inside of your shoulder, and it goes through your leather Arby security jacket, and
You're going to have to stab harder than that. I was stabbed by Dennis Rodman in '93 after the All-Star game. Oops, what do I mean? Oops, I mean I am not the Dikembe Mutombo. I just work at an Arby's.
Oh.
and you watch as the red blood covers the Arby's logo a little bit as it is stained red. But you are continuing to hold this cultist at bay as he's stabbed you. But now the dagger's been lifted up and he's trying to go in for the kill. But you're holding on to him with all of your grasp.
Okay, so now I am going to take the dagger and spin the hand and put it in his face and
Alright.
go down and take him down forever.
All right. How about the rest of you? Are you still pitching a tent over there, Peter Parquois?
What does that mean?
Are you
Are you camping?
It's a good thing he buttoned his pantaloons.
Definitely.
Are you housing a den of snakes?
No, I'm worried for my hero Dikembe. I'm taking this turn to recover. I'm just walking around past, behind my friends again, and that's it.
That's all you're doing.
Yes.
And it sounds like someone taking a rod and running it across a white picket fence. So
Like Tom Sawyer.
sure. How about you, Reverend?
Well, I'd like to get my hands on the book that Dikembe's
Yeah,
got.
you have been praying,
What?
and Dikembe still has the book.
Why are you trying to get this book? You cannot touch this book.
Dikembe, listen to me, please.
Okay, I'm listening.
I've got many knowledges. So many.
I never trust a man who says he has many knowledges. What? What?
I know a whole mess of languages. I'm real into occultism, apparently. I notice things.
Do you speak in tongues?
Yes, I do. That's another thing I
All
do.
the Latin tongues, or all just
Okay,
the tongues?
But also the prayer languages,
I
whatever
think I
it's
pick
called.
out this book.
Do you
What-
dance with
what
snakes?
does-
Are you one of those kind of
I
reverends?
does
don't
this-
do that. I'm scared of snakes.
Oh.
Not about it. I thought about it, tried it out. That's terrifying. Not into it.
Right, Dikembe, were you going to throw the book
I
over?
was gonna say, let me get a quick look at the book. What does this book look like?
The book
What's
looks...
it called?
It doesn't look like... it's a book, but it doesn't look like it's the entire book. Now, granted, you still have a cultist with a dagger that is currently pursed after you've been stabbed into the shoulder, so it's hard to look at the book a little bit too much, but it look kind of...
Toss it to me. I'll open it for you.
It looks like more like half a book at this
It's like a
point.
pamphlet.
Okay. I toss it to him.
Toss it.
Caught it.
Let's have both of you make you can double dexterity and do a die roll.
Question:
Don't-
Are
If it
all
falls on the ground, I'll just pick it up. Do
are
it.
all the windows and the
Seems for
doors
me.
closed?
They're all stained glass and large.
Okay,
heavy
so
doors.
double it
and it's
dexterity.
closed.
And it's closest to the one that you just opened.
I'm
There are doors behind the altar.
3.
Leading outside.
6. We had the
Total.
exact same row.
Total.
I had
Total?
6 total. He has 2. Three
3 total.
3 total.
Yeah,
With
but I'll
the-
just pick the book up off the ground.
But I'm sorry, just so I'm clear here, with double dexterity and a
Yes.
die roll, you
Yes.
got 3 and 2.
Accurate.
Yes. yes. Yes.
My dexterity's 1. I'm an old ass man. Pardon
All
my language. I meant donkey, like they say in the Bible.
Dikembe, as you're holding on to this dagger, you throw the book and you watch as it as like pages flitter through the air, and you watch as it starts coming towards Reverend when it suddenly starts flapping,
It's not a bird. Come on.
and it starts flapping, and you can hear as it's making tiny little squeaking sounds, and it starts like an obstinate bat. It starts like hitting the ceiling over and over again as it's trying to flap out of everybody's reach.
Oh my
Peter,
lord.
Are you
Peter,
happy
can
now?
you grab that for me?
Are you happy now?
Peter.
It's the Necronomicon.
Are you happy now?
Oh,
I'm not.
also
I'm
it's
not.
flapping like an injured bird too, because it's not. The entire book isn't there. It's kind of like a flapping like an injured bird would,
Like a key with a
Like a
broken wing.
flappy bird. Like a flappy bird.
like a flappy bird, whatever a flappy bird is.
Or if it's what? Hopefully it's not angry.
I thought you hated that.
I hate angry birds. All birds should be peaceful in the eyes of the Lord. I hate them so much.
I also hate angry birds.
I like my birds free. Free birds are very good.
Dikembe, are you dying? No!
Oh, no, don't worry.
Dikembe.
Tis but a wound.
So
Tis
it's
but a flesh wound.
Wrong movie!
Jump up there and grab it.
Okay.
the
got mad
book's
agility.
flapping in an injured way. Reverend, you're still in the corner praying and/or trying to receive this. Well, I'm sorry, Sapphire, dude. After you threw your
So how close are these cultists to me now?
well, besides the one that's burning in flame because you throw your brazier at him, your
Yeah.
flaming brazier, there's pretty much the only one that's still up and standing is the one that Dikembe's fighting at the moment. Because one's on the floor still being tased, still dealing with being tased. One is still suffering from the choked out cigarette, and then that's 3.
I'm gonna hotbox the last one.
Okay, hotbox the last
Hotbox,
one.
you gotta get us all stone to do that.
I've been rolling a joint. I mean, I feel
Yes,
like
technically-
if I blow it in his face.
How are you gonna
That
make
is
that
not
happen?
a hot box, that is a shotgun. If you were hotboxing, then we would get the whole church filled with the smoke.
I don't know
and
if
we
you
don't
have that
open
much.
the doors
Look.
to let it out.
That's why I asked if the doors and the windows were closed, and it seems like, you know,
That is a lot of space.
Big
That's
church.
a lot.
That's a lot
Big
of
church.
I want to
It's
blow.
a lot of weed.
I want to blow some smoke in his face.
I'm not about science, but you do not understand volume.
I'm gonna blow smoke in his face. This is real strong.
Okay, that's
it's strong
shotgun.
stuff.
Even I know this.
I will let you
nonsense.
know
Okay.
from
Richard
experience.
Linklater movie.
You're gonna have to blow it in his face quite a few times.
Okay, so that's the. Do you want to do the one that's choking on your cigarette, the one that's tased, or the one
The
that
one that's fighting.
the one that's fighting with Dikembe? Okay.
Do her crossed eyes affect any of her accuracy?
She blew a drama point, dude. It's like cross-eyed or not, she could be blind and burn a drama point, and
All right.
it makes the story that much more
I use
hilarious.
a drama point and pray really hard.
Yeah. What do you want to pray for?
All right.
I want to pray that book wouldn't be all the way up on the dang ceiling.
That is what you're going to do. You're not going to actually try and do something. Okay. I'm just going to.
4 years old. My leg's in that guy.
All right.
That's right. We still have that guy. That's true. So that
Did he
one's
just
still...
die? My
No,
leg's in him.
He's not dead.
I did good.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
All right, so I
So go and hotbox the dude that's dealing with the
I go
Dikembe.
up to the guy who's fighting Dikembe, and I'm like, "Look, dude, I got something for you." I grab his face. I grab his face.
What do you got to do to get his attention?
How does he react when you say, "What's up, dude? I got something
I
for
said,
you"?
"Look, dude,
What
I
does
got
he do?
something
What does he do?
I got something for you."
Please let him know you have something.
Say, bro, I'm gonna lay
Otherwise,
something
he will
down.
not turn you away.
I grab his face.
Hey, dude.
And I do like this kind of mouth-to-mouth thing on him, but I'm blowing smoke in his mouth, so it looks like we're making out.
Wait, what? So now you're making out with the enemy. You're having glad you're having a good
blowing-
time.
A zombie of sorts.
It's like
So as
real good stuff that I'm blowing at him.
as you feel the cold lips of whatever this cultist is, as you press your face after grabbing a hold of him as he's plunging a sacrificial dagger
Yep,
into
still
Dikembe's
stand.
chest.
And I want to use a drama point again.
Also, just so you know, some of the weed gets in my wound and it hurts a bit. Just so you know, it hurts a bit. Okay,
This one.
It hurts a bit.
it hurts a bit.
So you feel this ragged, brittle and dry skin kind of pressed up against you as you blow into his mouth, and you notice that as he opens his mouth that there is what would be the presence of a tongue.
Oh, this is gross already. It's like a millipede or some bullshit.
Instead, there's nothing. Like you can't. It's
That's
kind of
fine.
like kissing a lamprey, you know.
It
What?
reminds me of the time I made out with Elvis.
Does he not have a tongue?
It's just lips
mean-
and teeth.
There's just so much going on.
Thomas?
Great.
When are you from?
Yeah, it's getting blurrier and blurrier.
I went to Woodstock, made out with
second.
Elvis.
Yeah, this isn't the first time she time traveled. Okay,
You've done this
this
before.
is the.
What do you know?
She-
Who sent you?
Look, Elvis.
Who sent you? Who sent you? Yes, good question. Who sent you?
To be honest, it wasn't Elvis in his prime.
Ah.
It was Elvis, and we then shared a sandwich.
Like on the toilet, Elvis?
He was real fat.
Okay, so you breathed into the cultist's face, and he's distracted enough from just what's going on here that he's not trying to plunge the dagger straight into Dikembe's chest. But Dikembe, you've still got to try to fight with me.
So I'm going to lift up my taser and say it is time to space jam and jam it into his face.
Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam.
zap his face.
Come
All right.
on
Sorry,
and
I'm
slam.
losing blood, so I am
Welcome
not,
to the jam.
you know.
All right, so make another gun fu and strength check, and I'll fight you for it.
Hey, you. What's your name?
That is going to be 16, which is very good.
Very good.
Very good.
All right, so after being distracted by this moment, you jam the taser right into the side of his neck, and it's you because they're still locked lips when this kind of happens. You feel as teeth kind of clench down on your lips a little bit, Sapphire do, and you
Oh,
can.
this is
You,
gross.
you pull away and you see like little bit of skin go as like you pull away from his face.
You killed him.
And I fall backwards and I hit my head
Yeah.
on a pew.
On a pew. And then you watch as he starts convulsing onto the ground, just like the other one. But the other one's feeling a little more. He's feeling like he's recovered a little bit and is at least trying to get up. The one that had the cigarette is no longer moving.
I killed him.
There is now just the one with Reverend's cross inside of him, who has now managed to, over this time, pull out the Reverend's cross, throw it onto the floor,
Toss it here, bro.
and he's turning and he's bolting for the back room.
So quick question. What does these daggers look like? Do they have like leather bound wrap, or are they just all metal?
Is it a Vorpal blade?
You're really nerdy, Reverend.
And I'm telling you, this is not a reverend. I'm telling you, it's impossible.
It is a curved blade, kind of like what a flamberg would be in a much smaller scale.
Kind of looks like my special
Flamber.
power.
Goodness gracious.
It's an accurate representation of
Your trousers on.
Peter Parquois' special power. It doesn't have much of a hilt. It just kind of has a leather wrapped
I'm sure he'll know what I'm saying.
hilt at the end of it, but it does seem to have various wording written all along the squiggly line of the sacrificial bag.
Okay.
So,
Well, I spin the.
Get my book! Please, Peter. Jump up yonder.
Can
you
I try
guys
and get the
the
book?
you want to get the book?
Yes.
All right. It's after flapping for a little bit, it kind of seems like it's losing its energy, and now it's kind of like just looking like a sick bird that's like just falling on the ground occasionally as it's flapping around. So you could probably just run up and grab it, you know.
Okay, I'll use my fast reaction time to do that.
All right. If you want to
I
make a
try
roll
to-
for it, I'm going to make a roll for
You
it.
don't
I
have to
try
make a
to
roll
pull
for it.
out
Just go
the
grab it.
knife from my body and throw it at the man running away.
Throw him at the man running away.
And throw it, yes.
Okay.
I will take back to my time in the village. I hate goats. I will let everyone know I hate goats. And I would and to keep the
hate
goats,
goats?
I hate goats. And when the goats would come into my compound, I would take a rock and I would try to hit it in its weird eyes.
That's rude of you to do.
No, it's not, because the goat is trespassing on my property, so I will hit it in its weird eyes.
It knows not the boundaries of man.
Oh, goats know. Things with weird eyes knows the boundaries of man. So,
So is there a point to this weird eye goat story?
yeah. So my accuracy when I throw is very good.
It's very good.
Because I throw rocks at goats.
That's all.
Checks out.
You could have just said that. We all of us throw rocks at goats. We all have that innate ability.
Don't throw rocks at goats.
Okay. Why don't you roll dexterity?
Creatures
And
of
there's got to be a throw in there. Let's just do double dexterity.
Okay. Oh, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh, yes, that is 7, which is below adequate. So I throw it, and I immediately,
take off a
right
finger.
where Peter Parquois is running to catch the book, it flies by his head and gets stuck in the wall. And so, oh, sorry about that.
All right, Peter Parquois, you had this Chris knife. Chris, boom, right next to your head as you grab the book, and it's flapping, and it starts hissing at you, and it's trying to get its little claspy pages around you. So
And I say, I've heard about sinking your teeth into a book, but this is ridiculous.
You jokester.
I'm a clown.
yeah, I
That's
was
a
saying,
drawback.
you jokester. Well done.
I'm gonna pick up my leg
Okay.
off the ground.
You grabbed your leg. The cultist at this point is through the door. He's left the door wide open behind him as he bolts through the back. So
Okay, well, I guess we must investigate. Put your leg back on. Let's
did.
go through the door.
I'm passed out on the floor.
right.
right.
Sapphire Dew is still out. So I'm gonna go grab a soda while you try to revive Sapphire Dew. Real
All right,
quick.
guys. Okay, I understand. Let's not worry.
You're not gonna do mouth to mouth. You need to back up. I know exactly where this is going.
Guys,
I
this
see
is a matter
right
of
through
life
you.
and
I
death.
don't believe
This
so.
is a matter.
I'm
Don't-
fairly certain
don't worry.
she is asleep. She has a
Dikembe,
pulse. She
it's a
has a
matter-
heartbeat. I
Dikembe.
can feel breath
Okay.
on her
Dikembe,
face
listen to
right
me.
now.
But she-
You
is
don't
it-
need to put your mouth on her
Okay,
mouth. She was just making out with the devil man.
Dikembe, wait, Reverend, please.
That man
I'm a
needed
little
some
British
Burt's
boy.
Bees.
Yes.
Reverend, I'm a little British boy, and I am very rigidly honourable, and I will not let you defile Lady Do, no matter what happens.
Okay,
So
I am
I'll
not
have to
the-
kiss her on the mouth.
You need to stop it.
I'm a teenager.
Goodness
This
gracious.
Dutch,
children,
to get my
the children,
God card,
listen
I
to
had
what
to
I'm saying.
take a CPR class. And I am telling you,
Did they
this
not
is-
teach you what a dead person looks like? She's
Okay,
breathing.
I've seen a
Look.
dead body before.
Her
Okay,
heart
I've seen
is
goats
beating.
kill humans. Okay,
We've all
Goats
seen goats kill
goats
humans.
So many
We've
humans.
all seen that.
Now, excuse
Goodness.
me. Look, first you check.
Watch this.
She's
Watch
not-
this. Hey, Sapphire dude. Hey, Sapphire dude. Look at
Oi! What the fuck? What the fuck, mate? What the fuck?
Yo, wait.
Get the fuck off of me!
I'm confused. What's happening?
Yes, we are all
Okay,
confused.
okay.
Get off me!
Now
Get
get
off
back
of me!
out. She's possessed.
Get
She's
off
possessed.
of me!
All right.
Okay, just remember it was a matter of life and death. Okay.
Are you
I'll
gonna,
walk through the valley.
are you gonna perform an exorcism?
I shall fear no evil. For that
Get that rubbish away from me.
rubbish.
What?
How
What?
dare you?
Okay, are you okay? Because that was a different sound that came out of your mouth as well.
You haven't heard me get excited yet.
Lady Do! Lady Do, what's wrong? Why do you sound like that, Lady Do?
So are we all done
You
reviving
sound like
Lady
Peter's
Do?
weird uncle.
Okay.
Yes, you
All right,
sound
guys.
like my weird uncle.
So we're all awake now. And the cultist is round at the back door. You're still fighting, Peter Parquois, with the book. Yes, exactly. And what would you like to do with it? Because it doesn't seem to really want to behave at the moment.
Hit it. Knock it out.
You just put it in my hand. Hold on. Let me help you.
He is very strong. I'll
Hold on, let me
give
help
him
you.
that.
We gotta grab it together.
no,
We have to
please,
grab it
no.
together. We have to grab it together. We have to grab it together. We have to grab it.
The book stopped moving.
Okay.
Good song.
Okay.
We have to grab it together. We have to grab it together. We have to grab it together. We have to grab it together.
Okay.
Oi! Will someone please tell me what's going on right now?
Got it? Okay,
Uh,
transition.
So it seems like you've exhausted the book. So, and Reverend has it. Okay.
It's fine now.
It seems to have been tired out, but as it's clear, it's got a big gap, and it looks like the back cover, as well as several, like a quarter of the book, had been ripped off of it, like the spine and everything.
Ugh.
But it clearly has the leather-bound face of
The
of
Necronomicon.
the Necronomicon.
So
It
it's
is
human
bound
skin.
by human flesh, eaten
Ugh.
human blood.
Gross. Oh
And,
no.
uh,
That was close.
Give me
That was
that.
real
You are
close.
dropping the book.
No, I got it. I got it real fast.
Give me the book right now.
Now
need to
I
read it.
have it.
No, the book.
No,
is-
I want it.
We all three of us have the book
I
now.
hate you. I hate all of you.
Okay, so now that who has the book?
You
Lady
recognize
Do has the book.
and
I
you
gave it to
Lady
Lady
Do
Do.
I think someone spiked my drink.
What are you saying?
What are you talking
You
about?
sound weird.
Did you get hurt with a spike?
My head hurts.
Someone put a spike in your drink?
Oi, mate, back off.
I did nothing.
This is Dikembe.
I am Dikembe.
Kimbe, back off. Back off, mate.
Lady
Back
Do.
off.
I am literally just standing. I'm not.
Back off.
So you
Ma'am, what is your name?
I am willing to
My
do.
name is of course, I'm the premier rock star, Scotch Egg.
Scotch egg.
Scotch Egg.
Is that a kind of drink?
Have you never heard of the steel spoons?
What are you saying?
These are words we have never heard in our lives.
You sound crazy.
Are you
are you?
kidnapping me right now?
What?
I got this.
Oh, Peter! Hey!
How do you know
Peter,
this guy?
Peter.
What's happening?
What is happening right
Who
now?
are you?
Guys, I got this. I got this right now. Okay.
This-
Who sent you? Who sent you?
Back off, mate!
Who
Fucking report
sent you?
Get off of
Who
me!
sent-
Get off of me!
Who sent
I've
you?
got a switchblade.
So you guys hear the soft moaning of the gentleman on the dais who is starting to awaken from consciousness, and you can hear him whispering ever so slightly, "Arby's of darkness, Arby's of darkness,
This man knows where you
Arby's
work.
of darkness." And he's slowly waking in and out of consciousness. You can hear him talking ever so slightly, but his eyes are not awake. So
I walk up to him and I was like, I got these guys. And I grab him by his chest and I say, ooh, sent you. Who sent you?
You don't have to one up my bit. Sit down.
I don't know what caused that noise.
And you watch as he wakes up, as his eyes flitter open, and he just starts to just scream in the midst of you as he's looking. He's and you watch as like the little area that he had been pricked by the sacrificial dagger. It starts to get gray, and you can watch as
It is a Vorpal blade.
as
Oh no.
gray black matter starts spreading across his chest, and it starts to clip up as he starts to grow in weird size, and you can hear bones cracking as he's
Oh no.
and suddenly you see as he breaks both of his bonds, and he just takes a wild punch right for Dikeme's head, barreling right at you. So just giving you a solid right cross, knocking you down to the ground as he starts to lift himself off of the dais and is attempting to now flee from the church as quickly as he can through any exit, which at this point is the door that you all came through at the very front of the church. And he's only being stopped by a single chain as he rolls down onto the dais, and he has just a single chain as he is attempting to pull off of it like an injured animal, He's grabbing his leg, and you can hear his bone continues to break as he's forcing the anklet out from the
Can I
shackles.
use my occultism?
So as I am in this haze from being punched, I remember back to when I was I was at a shop in Nigeria, and I got into an argument with a Chelsea fan, and he punched me because he said Manchester United was a bad team, and I was like, what are you talking about?
You're talking about
You
soccer
fool.
again.
I'm talking about football. But I am in my haze, and I say no one will punch me like that again, because when he punched me like that, I fell into a goat, and the goat hit me in the head. I do not like goats. It's so
Reverend. We've learned about all this goat stuff. What's going on? You were saying something before we got into goat story.
Well, I was just going to say the same thing about goats. That's not true. I'm very good with the occultism.
Right.
I'm an occult specialist.
Right.
I got a 4 in occultism.
Okay. Do you want to do an intelligence and occult to see what's going on with him?
Please.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, I rush him. I am going to tackle him. Yes.
Okay.
Like Christian Okeke, the Nigerian Nightman.
All right. Great.
One more time.
Christian Okeke, the Nigerian Nightman. He played football for.
He was a Christian?
That was his name.
Oh,
but I
okay.
can assume, because in Nigeria you must change your name to a Christian name to become Christian.
I did not know that.
Peter, and
more
Scotch
you know?
Egg. What are you up to?
Boy, I'll be honest, that was a pretty cool stage move. You're hired. You're hired for my next
she
show.
is crazy.
What are you
She-
saying? You sound quack-a-doo, Steve.
Hold on, here's
Rakadooski,
what we do.
that was my 3rd single.
You sound nuts.
Here's what we are going to do. We are going to take care of this monster.
I've got to
Peter,
do the occultism
Peter,
stuff.
find out what is going on with Sapphire.
Okay.
Do try and bring her back to.
So, your Reverend, you have the book. So, are you trying to decipher? Are you trying to read the book right now, or
Yes.
are you want to read the book?
To figure out if we can stop this.
Yes.
All right. So,
So I have occult specialist as a quality. I have occultism as a skill.
right. So you would do occult as a quality, as a skill.
Quality as a skill.
Yeah, do it as a skill.
Okay.
And then Peter Parquois.
I have a fear of rejection as one of my emotional problems.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, I very much fear that Lady Do has rejected me.
Yeah.
And is pretending to not know us or any of us or know what's happening now in this situation as her former self. So I'm just honestly kind of hurt. And
Right.
I'm
I'm gonna go
going to
sulk
attempt...
like a teenager in the corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I please?
Yeah, you can go to the pew and sulk for a little
Okay,
bit.
I'm
This
gonna
is
go
some
into the
dashboard confessional.
What is
no,
that?
What you will listen to is
What's the
Bright
dashboard?
Eyes. Bright Eyes. Listen to some Bright
That's
Eyes.
a good call. Bright Eyes
Yep,
is
you
good.
go to sleep.
I don't know what that is, but it
Good
sounds like there's
stuff.
only crows cawing in my heart.
I love it.
Count those crows.
So Reverend, what did you roll for your occultism?
Occultism, I had 4, and then I rolled a 4. Is that all I get? Is that it? I'm gonna use a drama point as well.
No, you already rolled. You can't use a drama point.
Damn it!
Retroactively using the drama.
However, if you did want to, so you did your intelligence plus occult.
Plus intelligence.
Yeah.
I didn't know that portion.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Way better.
Yes. I'm gonna see if there is a because we're doing some combat maneuvers now. Maybe takedown is inside of here.
Decent.
Decent. You did decent.
I did
Decent job of
decent.
reading the Necronomicon.
It is the Necronomicon after all.
it
It
is
is something you haven't seen in a long time.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, you don't get to study much when you come to my Arby's and bug me like every day.
It's only happened once. I tried to get a
It ha-
frosty
okay,
one time.
One is all I need.
I have a
One is all I
keychain.
need.
Yeah.
What? For what? What keychain?
Look at it.
Oh, okay. It says Wendy's, not Arby's. I
Oi,
wonder why.
friends,
All right.
Who
what do you
are
say
you
we
now?
use this time for a nice jam session? You look like a drummer.
Do you
Am
have
I right?
drums?
Am I right in thinking you play the drums?
Well, in my youth, we would have the goat festival, and I would play.
Did you hate the Goat Festival?
Well, there was something happened at the goat festival, which may be revealed at a later time. That spirits.
We just have to find my guitar.
So
Did a goat kill your mother?
I'd like you to do your strength in kung fu and or your muscle score.
Okay. Does buff guy come into play? Because that is what I am. But I do want to
I'll give you
clarify.
two.
I'm not like buff. I'm like fat buff. You
Fat
know,
buff.
like
Right.
what do you call
Like Vin Diesel?
All right.
No, he is buff.
He's
He's
buff.
regular buff.
But like when you see him next to
Like
Dwayne
big
The Rock
country,
Johnson.
big country, the UFC fighter.
Like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is buff. Vin
No.
Diesel is a small
But he is
man.
still buff. But I'm talking about like big country.
Like Lord
you got
Thistlewick
to-
Chalmers, like Lord Thistlewick Flanders, he's sort of like fat buff, right?
Who are you talking about?
Lord
Thistlewick
Thistlewick.
Flanders.
He's the one who brought you into this whole thing.
Oh,
remember?
The way I saw him, I just imagined him. He was like a blonde, kind of buff, kind of guy. Oh, you know what is the guy on Futurama?
Zap Brannigan.
Zap Brannigan. That is my beat.
Zach Braff?
Crap. Dikembe, make it so you don't have a muscle score, or you don't have kung fu.
But I
so,
am buff guy.
but you have buff guy. So I'll give you +2, but just roll your strength
Okay.
and plus your 2 for buff guy plus your roll. Let's see if you can beat me. All right.
I got 12, which is decent.
Okay. So instead, though, what he manages to get out of your way. So as you attempt this takedown, he's already on the floor. He's already so low that it's really easy for him to use your momentum, and instead you fly over him as you tumble over the screaming man, who is now seems to be getting grayer and hulking out more and more. As you tumble and hit against the pews in which Scotch Egg's still hanging out in, and you hear the snap of chains.
That's bad news.
As his final leg is freed, and he continues to start hobbling, as you hear chains like dangling behind him, as he just rushes for this door and just pushes it open. As he runs out into the night of the village.
All right, I love it. I love
As I
this.
sit there in the haze, I think back, but not about goats, but the hit Disney show Gargoyles. And I was like, that was a good show.
I enjoyed it as well.
That was a good show. I like Gargoyles. It's just,
And it's just in your brain. Okay. I love gargoyles too. They have a whole gargoyle convention.
I had the
pretty-
VHS board games. My American cousin sent them. Oh yes, it was so good.
Anyway, moving
I don't
on.
know what they're talking
So our little, our not even little, our big guy has bursted out through the church. The Necronomicon is still inside of the Reverend's hands, which, by the way, for your decent interpretation,
I like read the table of contents.
you can see that and read that there is a ritual that they were reading, and it was to usher in a great evil. Is what it was, but it was very vague because it didn't get into it as much as the others, and it's very hard to read. So you find yourself enunciating to kind of like help the process along.
So he thinks that the musician Usher will help bring grapes evil. That's what he translated.
That's kind of what
We
you.
need to get a hold of Usher. Only he can let it burn.
But
I make a lot of Usher references now.
the book in the attempt, as soon as you attempt to read it, it was struggling, but as you opened up and attempt to read it, it just like relaxed immediately and started flipping as it lands onto a final page. And you can read it in front of you, and you can read it in front of you. You're right. It has
my eyes.
It has there is a command word that is that you can read. That's right there, and all it is. The heading is simply beginning, which is also kind of the same word for end. It's hard to tell if it's beginning or end.
Like aloha.
Yes. Like aloha.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
Okay.
And there is a reference to a great evil that is that was in this summoning, and the name is vague, but it has something to do with cold. So,
Something to do with cold.
it's basically it was ushering in kind of a cold creature that will be the coming of the great evil that will usher in
Winter is coming.
the usher in what were you saying earlier?
Oh yeah, usher in the great evil.
Yeah.
Grape evil?
Yeah. Usher in that the artist Usher will grape the evil.
Oh no.
So after the cold one is brought into the world, and then the command word for beginning and end. So aloha. Aloha.
So do you tell us this?
Yes, you guys
Okay.
are filled in.
So what are you trying to say?
Shadows of I'm sorry, I have to say this.
Yeah.
This is the best. Is Shadows of Life was like it basically says death, 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 quick shower, death. So it's about
Death, 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 quick shower, death.
Okay.
Aloha.
Got it.
all right. So
I don't know what you're on right now, but I want someplace.
What I'm on?
Yeah.
Can we exercise her? Can we deal with the
You want
difference
to
in
exercise her?
voice?
You want to put her on a work bike or something? Because you said exercise. You did not say exercise. You said exercise.
I have an inflection upon my voice that makes words sound different.
You
Tell me about
obviously
it.
have a stash. So just
Exorcise.
all right. So you start to hear as the sounds of footsteps are approaching inside of the church, and you can hear as soldiers in metal armor are starting.
Whoops.
Are cling, 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 as you can hear like the synchronized marching of soldiers approaching.
Oh, I'm getting a psychic vision.
You're getting a psychic vision? All right. So Peter
no.
passes out.
What'd you give him? What'd you give him?
I gave him nothing. His pants are sticking straight up, though.
Peter passes out and has a psychic vision. Do you wanna roll for me so I can see how potent your psychic vision is, Peter?
For that quality, do I get any bonuses to my rolls? It's just something that I do.
Well, it's something that you're allowed to do because you have it. Depending on how well you do.
3.
3.
Good number.
So you're out for a bit. What are you three doing?
We got people coming.
You've got people coming.
Is it
I'm
the
trying to
buzz?
think.
It's It's
Do you
the
think,
men.
Do you think they will believe us, or do you think they will be against us?
I don't know
'Cause
what
there is
they
a big-
are yet.
I know there's a big hole in the wall that we can leave out of. If we don't want to deal with them, someone will have to carry him.
Boy, mate, you know what I want to do right now?
I
Let's
obviously
go
can't
find him
carry
let's go get a hotel and smash it.
A
Let's just
hotel?
destroy a hotel room.
Oh my goodness.
That always makes me feel better.
Do you know where you are right now?
I'm very, like, you
We're
know
at
how
a- we're at a
earlier I was
concert.
confused?
We're at a concert.
I'm incredibly, we're at a concert. Do you see the dead people on the ground? What concerts you going to? Guar?
It's pretty good in
to a
terms
bar
of
concert.
stage show. I have to admit, it looks great.
Oh my goodness. These people are dead. They're
Yeah.
no longer living.
There's no
They're
green juice.
dead.
Green juice. That's why they have green juice that comes out.
That's red juice, blood juice.
Yeah, blood juice.
That's the technical term. Are you grasping what's being laid down?
I'm into it, mate. I'm into it.
You're into the
Okay,
dead people?
see,
I'm into
that's what
it.
I'm saying.
I'm
That's
into
why,
it.
The British are so, it blows my mind because, they have the Doctor Who with the police box and the Black Mirrors and all these, I don't know, in
Do British people have little blue boxes that are designated for police?
Yeah, yes.
What do they do in there?
They travel the times and I don't know.
All their
What
police
are we
can
going
do
to
that?
do? How about we figure out that? Because I am all out of solutions.
I say we run away and spy on them from afar.
I love it.
Yes,
I
and
love
we will
it.
let them take him to wherever they're going to take him.
Voyeurism.
We're abandoning Peter.
Voyeurism?
Why is this boy got all this
Yeah, we
stuff
s-
all over his pants?
Yeah, we'll hide and we'll see what they do with Peter. And if they do nice things, we know they are good people.
If they kill him,
then they're bad and we leave.
Voyeurism
let's
is
go,
so
let's go.
hot. I'm
We're
so
going to
hot.
good
hide.
idea. Let's get
We're,
out
go-
of
we're
here.
gonna hide outside.
hide?
Hide outside the wall where the.
I've also got my leg
Mistakes.
at the ready just in case they're able to
So you're
throw
hopping.
at their face.
Yeah.
No, I'm not hopping until we get to where they are.
Oh,
I'm not
so
crazy.
you're gonna walk there and then take your leg off.
Yes.
So are you
Yeah, so
more of an
that's what-
so which wall?
exhibitionist?
So
more
it's
of an
just
exhibitionist
the
or a
one
voyeur?
where the monster broke out.
Right.
We're going to be just behind it and kind of seeing what they do with
Oh,
Peter.
so you want to be on the other side of the door?
Yeah.
Are
And
you
so-
taking Peter with you?
No,
No,
we're leaving.
Peter's staying there.
Yes.
Oh,
We're
he's
seeing
there.
what
Based
they
on what
do.
they do to Peter.
That's
that
why
we
I've
do.
got-
I love it. You're just using the squire's bait.
Yes.
Okay, so cheers.
Dikembe, I want to give you my leg to throw because I ain't got
I trust you better, because based on both our last throws, you did better.
Right.
I almost murdered Peter.
I have one strength.
I give me the leg.
Okay. So you guys walk over and leave Peter, who is in an awkward position on the floor,
He's not that.
splayed out, and you hear as the rhythmic movements of hop 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 as the jingle jangle
They
jingle
sound
jingle
okay.
jingle jingle of armor leads in, and you watch as all of the soldiers that you saw on the gates earlier come in, and they start marching and make a little circle perimeter around.
Are we cool with these soldiers?
What's that?
Are these soldiers our bros?
They were you recognize them as the same soldiers who were on the wall that originally let you in. So there is that.
Cool.
But whether they're cool with you or not, that's
We will know when we see what they do with Peter.
I mean, I'm not usually into, this kind of group thing, but peeping at people is really sexy.
Everybody
You have to
has their
admit it.
clothes on.
See, I
There's
know.
a bunch of dudes in there.
Normally,
And they're,
I'm more of an exhibitionist myself.
he's 15. It's a 15-year-old boy.
Oh, I've gotten in trouble for this before. Should we do something?
We are going to see what they do.
and you watch as a small carriage comes in, a yellow carriage, as a man is brought into the circle, and you watch as the carriage is brought into the middle of the church right in front of Peter, and a slat opens up, and a large stick comes out of the slat,
It's a glory hole.
and it just pokes Peter once. Then it pokes him again. He goes, "Is he dead?" Pokes him a third time. Who summoned the Frosty Man? It pokes him a fourth time.
The Frosty Man. That's a
Oh,
cold
no.
dude in the book.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no,
Okay, we
And
gotta
you
get
watch
this
as the big old pole retracts back inside of the carriage, and it slaps shut again as it turns around, and you can hear as they go hup 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 as they start as it starts marching its way back out of there, and it goes, pick him up, take him inside. Oh my, oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, I say, hold on, wait before you go. Please listen to me.
Oh no. Pick it up, move faster, faster.
No, I am your friend.
I'm a man of the Lord.
Yes, we are here to stop the Frosty Man.
You watch as the slit opens again and two little eyes peer out from the carriage and goes, what?
Yes.
Someone saw the Frosty Man just leave the side of the gates.
Yes, I tried to stop him, but he was much too strong for me at the moment. We didn't know. A quick question: did you know these evil no-face men were doing this?
There's a bunch of
In your
dudes in here
church?
with
Yeah,
daggers.
Yeah, they were
like 5 of them.
really comfortable with just doing it.
They're the dead guys over
Yeah,
there.
just straight up, like way too comfortable.
They pay their taxes.
Oh, come on! You got to
They
be
made
watching
the
it.
Frosty Man.
You guys got scary ISIS over here. What are you doing?
I don't.
Who are you?
I don't check all of the people who come into the kingdom. I just
Okay.
make sure that they all pay up and everyone's happy and
You're a
I'm
tax
happy.
collector.
And there's no confrontation at all. Everything's
Mike,
fine.
Do you like rock and roll?
You a Prince John character?
You're all very weird. You're all very strange people. That seems to be the squire of Lord Thistlewick, though. I do
He's
recognize
now the
him.
squire.
He's my squire.
Oh,
I am
Dikembe.
Dikembe Mutombo, Lord of Arbys, ready to protect this realm from these demon things.
Who are you, sir?
I-
Speak.
And you watch as the slap closes and
I've
the
got
door
a piece
opens.
of the Necronomicon.
I think we should tip his little cart over on its side.
There's 4 men holding it at the moment, or at least pulling it along.
I'll just go and hit one of them in the back of the knee, and he'll fall down, and they'll all fall.
Okay, let's just wait. Let's just wait. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
You watch as the slit closes and the door opens, and you watch as a beast of a man,
A beast, but he sounds like that.
beast of a man, with a twirly mustache, in robes, yellow robes, and a tiny little clasp with a red jewel on the front of it. As he comes out, and it's surprising that anyone can be carrying him as he steps down timidly, one step, then the other, and as he steps onto the ground, you watch as the whole carriage goes vroom, and lifts up. As he goes, I am Sir Robin of Yellow.
Okay.
I am the lord of this land.
Okay.
And who might you all be?
I
We
lean-
were looking for you earlier.
I lean over to Keller's like, I bet you this guy wants
What's
to
my
sell. I look over to the Reverend and I say, I bet you this guy, he wants to sell this spice.
Yeah.
So you read the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and you don't read Dude? Oh my goodness, I cannot believe. So you get J.R. Tolkien, but you don't get a single Dune
He was giving
reference.
a Baron Harkonnen reference.
Guys.
Nice try.
J.R.
Thank you
Tolkien
thank you,
is
invisible
chock-full
voice from the heavens,
Right.
for
Of
understanding my
biblical
Dune
allegories.
reference.
Reverend, what's up?
Is Dune full of biblical allegory?
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Read.
so
I'll
Robin of
give you
Yellow
a bunch of Chronicles of Narnia stuff later.
addresses on him. He goes, I'm going to take the squire back to Lord Thistlewick now. If there's
No,
anyone that should know anything about the Frosty Man, we should all leave. We should all leave. In fact, we're going to pack up the fort and leave.
But I
Aren't
have
we,
a
Fer?
Necronomicon.
Oh, you can't take him. That's my roadie. That's Pete.
What is that doing here? Oh,
We are going to get rid of it, but we do have any idea where the other half is, so we
Took
can
it
destroy
from the
it.
dudes.
Yeah, we did that.
oh dear, He starts hyperventilating as he starts to pace back and forth.
Do we have a paper bag?
Cool.
Does anybody have a paper bag you can breathe into? You have an Arby's bag in
So,
your pocket?
Robin, just chill out. We are going to solve this problem. We are going to get the Frosty Man. We just need to know where the other half of this book is.
It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. This is all foretold. The Frosty Man will go and find the rest of the book. and then, oh, he's going to usher in. Oh,
Don't worry. Don't worry.
We watch as he steps. He just just crawls back in on all fours back into the carriage as this slams the door shut.
Wait, which direction did he go?
He starts crying as the carriage storms out through the church, and followed by all of the men in their armor as they start making simultaneous chinking sounds as they march out through the church again. Hup, 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 hup. As they all circle around and start leaving the church, leaving poor Peter Parquois, who
At least we still have Peter.
yes, at least Peter is still around.
Peter, wake up!
Okay.
Peter,
Let's get Pete. We need to get our bags and then head off.
I can't lift him.
Okay.
Well, don't lift him.
84
He's
years
got to.
old.
He's got to carry all our shit for us.
Let's take a second. Hold on.
You don't have a good grasp on what's happening.
Reverend, we have one quick second for a breather. Let's try and get our bearings, okay? So first things first. Who are you?
I'm
sent you?
Scotch Egg. Scotch Egg, legendary rock and roll.
From what
Okay.
band again?
Steel spoons.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay. So you know
Steel
Peter.
spoons.
You know
Never
Peter.
heard of him.
You know Peter.
Yeah.
How do
Pete's-
you know Peter?
Pete is one of my roadies.
No,
Okay.
this is
I
Pete.
come and visit him at night, and I tell him cool things about how he can be a rock star like me someday.
Okay.
I whisper them into his ear.
Okay. All right. And do you know who I am?
You. I mean, I think you have a crush on me. I think that's
Okay.
fairly apparent.
Calm down. I think you have a crush on me.
Who am I?
You are a real cool.
Oh, he gets to
Oh,
be
dude.
cool.
Thank you very much.
So
I'm
do
pretty
you,
sure he's a dealer.
How did we get
That's
here?
not accurate
Do you
at
rem-
all. Please do not
Do you
spread
remember
that
how we
around.
got here?
Well, we were putting on a show.
No.
You're a drummer.
No.
So
You're-
far, you're off.
Yes.
By a
Your
lot.
bass.
Just-
No, I've never played. I play the
Vocals?
harpsichord,
Popsicle.
the organ.
Like a Partridge Family.
Not do they play an organ in the Partridge Family? Is that
think
one of
so,
the things they're
harpsichord.
known for? A harpsichord.
Okay.
Like before the piano, they had the harpsichord.
Does
Yeah.
the
Okay.
name Sapphire Do mean anything to you?
I think I met a Sapphire Dew once. I
Probably.
mean, I meet a lot of girls.
I'd be willing to wager. Do you think you're a man?
Well,
It seems like you think you are a man.
Do you want to see? I mean, do
I-
I think I'm a man?
I love looking at penises and vaginas
As
equally.
a man of the cloth, I cannot
All right, guys.
do that.
You
But
watch
if
as,
you want
as
to go
Peter
about
suddenly,
finding out.
Peter suddenly wakes up in a fit.
Peter,
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Peter, wake up. You okay?
Oh my goodness. What a vivid dream. I just had the most incredible prophetic vision.
What did you? Oh, come on. What is this dream?
Hundreds of years from now, on an entirely different continent.
So far, so good.
We will build massive mountains made of steel. And one day, there will be marvels flying through the canyons of Manhattan. And it will be glorious.
He's just talking about where we
Yeah,
live.
yeah, we know about that.
We already
see
know
that
all that
every
stuff,
day.
Peter.
I've seen
Peter.
it. I've been there. I know.
You're
I
from
know.
there.
It's Jewish.
Guess what, Peter? I'm gonna take you back with me.
I saw it all. It was incredible.
All right,
It
you're
was
gonna come
amazing.
back with
It was
us.
spectacular.
Yeah. We'll take you to a movie.
Also, I saw the Frosty Man.
That's
Oh,
different.
okay,
Was he
that's
in that
important.
time?
No, he was at the altar of the book.
Okay.
The Necronomicon?
Yes, I saw him traveling through the marshlands of the fields
Okay.
to get to the altar of the book, and he was standing there.
Do you think you can get us to this marshlands?
Do you know the way?
No, I can try.
But you can with intelligence and navigate, you could probably
Yes.
figure out somewhere
With
that's in
my
the area.
intelligence and my skills in navigation, I can probably figure out an area that's around in there somewhere. Yes, I
you
can.
do know you
Perhaps this book has something that says something about
Oh,
where the
would you-
location of this location might
Would
be.
you like to keep reading the Necronomicon?
I'd enjoy that thoroughly.
All right, then why don't you make an intelligence and occult, and you can make a intelligence and
Knowledge?
knowledge.
Can I use a drama point?
You can use a drama point.
Thank
Drama.
I
while
don't
they
need
are
it.
doing this, I would like to look in the back room and see if there are any weapons. Or
Okay, check the back room.
anything that I can do.
I get 10 for a drama point.
Do I just roll with my notice?
No, you're just gonna. Oh yeah, do notice. That's fine. Do a
Okay, 0.
perception and notice.
Okay.
I don't need to spend a drama point.
6.
All right.
I got a 15. That's very good.
Very good.
I've got a 19,
Okay, you got a 19.
which is excellent.
Excellent. All right. Was Scotch Egg gonna do anything?
My head hurts.
Take an Advil.
Right.
Taking a nap?
That too.
Do you have something for me?
I have nothing. I'm a man of the claw.
Are you sure, man?
Fairly positive. Do you want me to pray for you?
No.
I have something for you.
What's that, Pete?
Lady Duke gave it to me to give to anyone who I thought was a troublemaker. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Who the fuck sent you?
Who sent you?
Who sent you?
Guys,
You've broken my little heart.
guys,
You've broken my heart.
guys. I really think that she believes she is someone else because if you look, her eyes aren't crossed anymore.
She's a different person.
What's happening?
She's a different person.
Jess,
There's
I'm
only
telling
one
you.
way to check. Show us your breasts.
No,
Are you the
no,
same
we don't
person?
need to do. We don't need
I
to do that.
know.
Sit
Lady
down,
Duke
Peter.
had very
Peter,
specific
sit
breasts.
down.
I'll
Peter,
never forget them.
Peter,
You
it's
sit
okay.
down. You sit down
Peter.
somewhere.
I'm a teenager. I'm 15. Ever so horny.
Peter Parquois, you remember where the altar of the book was? That's where it was. It was basically locked away in ancient ruins that existed out in the marsh, which is nobody goes there. It's the marshes of the dam.
I remember where the location of the book is. It's basically in an ancient ruin, and it's nobody goes there. It's locked away, but it's in the marshlands of the damned.
What's your language?
It is an ancient place
It's an ancient place.
of terrible mystery,
Terrible, terrible mystery.
and I pee myself even thinking about it.
And I pee myself even thinking about it. I've gone and wet myself.
Ugh!
Goodness gracious, wouldn't be the first time.
I fall backwards and I hit my head again.
Okay.
Have your pants ever been dry?
No, I'm a little boy.
And it is a forbidden area that you know about, but you can get the team there with enough time. So it's
Right.
you'll have to investigate a little bit. Now,
Off
Reverend,
we go.
Yes, I've read a book.
You read the book,
It's good,
and
but also terrible.
you've read, but it's difficult. It's very difficult to kind of glean more from it because again, the book is only 3/4 of the way there, and the really important stuff seemed to have been towards the end. But it has a lot of material about summoning demons, and about sacrificing the innocent, and about
goodness.
raising the deadites from the ground, and about time travel. It also has a very nice recipe.
For
Meat pies.
delicious.
Yeah.
I want to make meat pies. I'd like to roll now to make meat pies.
We don't really have a kitchen. It's kind of hard to make meat pies without
I'll
a
build
kitchen.
a fire.
And Dikembe, you go into the back and look around the church to discover if there are weapons. And you see that there are several morning stars.
Okay.
And oh man, I forgot the word for them. But when you the materials that you use to self-flagellate.
Okay.
So,
Special magic.
special magic.
Flagellants.
Flagellants. So, and there are several of those. So it's basically like leather straps with
Like cat o' nine tails?
pieces of metal and shards of glass on the side of
Ugh.
it. Truly medieval stuff.
It's good for you.
And it's good for you,
I do that stuff in my church all the time.
right? It makes the Lord come out.
Amen.
And then several morning stars. So you could probably dual wield morning stars if you wanted to.
Okay.
Or you could give one to someone and keep one yourself.
Okay, yeah, I will. I still have this giant sword that guy gave to me. I forget his name.
Yeah, you did have your sword. You
Yeah.
had the sword the entire time.
Oh yes, but I get to be great pleasure out of shocking
Taser.
someone because it reminds me. Because Because when you shake a little bit, you get eyes like a goat.
So, what are you?
I can't tell if you like or
Peter
hate
Parquois, are
goats.
you going to lead people out?
Nobody
I can't
ever
reach
city
as far as goats
at the
go.
moment.
Yes, I'm just going to confer with Dikembe, our leader. Going to tell him which is the correct path. But I'm very frightened for Lady Dew, and she's been knocked unconscious
I know,
literally
she
this
just
entire
kind of
time.
fell down and no
None
one's
of
really
us
doing
seem to
anything
care.
about
I
it.
think she kind of does that. Maybe she'll be back to normal again.
So will you let me resuscitate her now?
no, she's still alive.
Okay, you don't have to be dead for CPR. You know that, right?
I feel like you
have
don't
to be
know.
dead.
No,
I
that's
took
exactly how it
classes.
works.
I took
You have
classes.
to be dead.
You have to be dead for CPR.
Yes.
What's CPR? What's that stand for?
You have
Yeah,
to
I
be
will
not
show
breathing.
you
Your heart
how
has to be
CPR.
not
No,
pumping.
I will show Peter because you know. he
Okay,
made it
you
to
can
use
show
it.
Peter CPR all
What
you
is your
want.
thing? What is your thing?
Quit trying to
What
make
is
out
your
with
thing? What do you want
unconscious
to
people.
watch me CPR Peter, but you don't want to watch me CPR her, and then you know that Peter has 2 pubes. What is wrong with you?
I'm trying.
What is wrong with you?
I'm trying to stop you
Sapphire
from taking
Dew, you
advantage.
can wake up now.
Who are you?
Why are you screaming, man?
Lady Dew!
Sapphire. Wait. It's her.
Yay! Lady Dew's returned! Her eyes are crossed.
We were ever so worried.
We were ever so worried.
Do you know anything about Scotch eggs?
Yeah, what do you know about eggs from Scotland?
What? Scotch egg?
Steel spoons.
Yeah, Scotch egg. What's up?
Steel Spoons? That's like the coolest band ever.
I heard,
Okay,
they have
we're
a,
back on board.
I heard they have a great cover band called Plastic Fork.
They've got a really great cover band here in like a local village called Plastic Forks.
An environmentally conscious spork.
I think they're like more time travelers because plastic doesn't exist yet.
Lady Dew, where were you?
Don't harsh my buzz, Peter.
Where were you?
I've been here the whole time.
Who
I'm
sent
sorry.
you?
Was I being uncool?
I breathe out and like a little wisp goes out of my mouth.
Okay.
Goodbye, Scotch egg.
What was that?
That was a ham-fisted explanation. That was. That's what that was.
Goodbye!
Goodbye, Scotch egg.
Sorry I flipped you the bird.
I guess I did exercise that demon.
Scotch egg was like my first lover.
Here.
Well, you were him for a
I
good
was
old
him.
Yeah, you.
I mean, that
You
sounds
became him.
pretty intimate.
All right. So, Peter, are you going to lead the team
Yes,
Gotta take it from me.
wherever you're going to go?
to the marshlands. This way, Dikembe.
Okay.
Follow
we
my
come
lead.
too?
Also,
course.
who wants a morning star?
Can I have one, please? I just have one.
I was going to throw it at you, but I realized
I
it's
want
bad.
one.
Thank
I want
you.
one.
Please.
Wait, what do you have?
I have my huge sword. A huge sword.
What do you have?
I have my science books. Chapter 2, Plants. They're from the devil.
Thank you very much. No, that's not true. I'm not going to get into the creation story right now, but the Lord
Ooh.
created the plants. We're not. It's all the other nonsense.
Chapter 3, Mountains. Giant women that are stuck in the land, and there are their breasts. It's right there, it's science.
It's
Peter, I have a terrible headache. I think that I got roofied. I'm gonna need you to carry me on this rug. Just drag me behind you.
You just have
Right.
a rug.
You've got it. No problem. Hop on the rug.
The rug right here in the middle of the church.
You got it, Lady Dew. Hop on there.
I'm on.
Okay, here we go.
I want you to drag me.
He's a very small boy.
He can do it.
Did that spider happen to give you super strength?
Only in times of great duress.
Okay, like when your child's stuck under a car.
Correct. What's a car?
Yeah, no, Peter,
I said-
we
I
will
said
stop
a
this
cart.
nonsense. But so everyone knows, because I feel like I need to educate people, since some people think that you only CPR when you are dead. And
That's
it is
accurate.
useless. It is useless when people are dead.
No,
Ooh, look, a
so
spider.
Come here, Peter.
It's resuscitating.
Spiders.
CPR is resuscitating.
Peter, come back here.
But I found a spider, sir.
Okay, but I'm going to teach you how to CPR. You come back here, you sit right here.
Peter, you stay over there.
Peter, you
stay
come.
over there.
I'm looking out for
come
you,
here.
Peter.
Come here, Peter. So I can show
use your
you.
special magic right now.
Peter, come here.
I've seen him assault any manner of
You're the
person.
worst foster family ever.
Peter.
Peter, you'll be safe
Peter.
over there.
Okay, you can watch from there. Old man, stay.
Goodness,
I will show you.
he's doing
so
CPR on me.
You will grab his
The
nose.
Lord doesn't
You'll grab his
appreciate
nose.
this.
Yeah, what
You
is
will.
what is it?
Now you come back. Good. You are smaller, so it's easier to show on you.
happening?
No!
So you grab the nose, right?
No, I'm
and then you
84,
open the
so I
mouth.
can't stop him.
You're going to open the mouth. you open the mouth.
I can't breathe.
Okay, all right. You get it. You
I
get
don't
it.
like CPR.
You get it. You get it.
I find it intrusive
You
and
get it.
forceful.
You
Goodness
get it.
gracious.
You
If
know
I'm
it's
ever in
CPR.
trouble,
You
Guys.
get it.
if
Guys.
I'm ever in trouble, let me die.
After we're done with all this, I'm going to lead
I
a
will
seminar. I'm teaching guys CPR. I got a dummy for
I
it.
don't like it.
And for the record, guys, there's really no drug in a church. There's no.
Yeah. I didn't think that a robber being.
I mean, it's
There's no
special
church.
for
There's no church rug. So Sapphire
Alright.
do if you want Dikembe to like pick you up with his flabby self.
No.
You can ride on my back.
No. I
So-
think I'm okay.
All right,
Okay.
then you can keep moving.
Okay, then you can use your legs. You can use your legs. Now that everyone knows CPR, please do not forget to use it.
Did
So-
Scotch
so-
ask about me?
So Peter, you are officially
You
knowledgeable.
Scotch
Do you want to go keep try to see if you can get anything more out of Robin the Yeller, or do you want to go straight towards following the Frosty Man into the marshes?
I'm so, Robin the Who? I was unconscious.
That's right.
Frosty
Okay,
Man.
don't just take us to that marshlands. Robin, we met Robin the Jello. He is not as bad.
You
as
met Robin the Yellow?
We met Robin the Jello, but that is besides the point. Let us get to the marshlands. I feel like Frosty might have murdered 1 million people with all the time we've wasted in this church. So let's
Easily the entire village
A
is
million
slaughtered.
people?
Get to the-
Don't be silly. There's not 1 million people on this planet. Off we go.
Let's go.
Off we go. Okay, so as you guys walk out through the church after God knows how long to talk about it, you begin to walk through the village, and you can just see like the swath of destruction in front of you, as like icy footprints are laid out in like if a gorilla was running, where it's like foot, hand fist, and then foot, like a galloping quadruped.
Scary.
And you can see as several pieces of the wall were torn and chunked down, as it looked like the Frosty Man basically made a giant leap for the wall and broke off several pieces of stone as he leaped over the far side of the wall into the darkness of the unknown marshes. Now, it's been late enough that the sun's starting to come up at this point, and it's clear as the villagers are coming out from the early parts of the morning that had it been a busier time during the day, it could have been really bad. But right now there's just a lot of superficial destruction that's kind of laid out in front of the villages. Cabbage carts have been turned
Convenient.
Oh, it's cabbages.
Goats have been slapped from side to
Yes.
side.
Oh, is there any cabbage carts that are still functional so that I can carry Lady
Keep your
June?
mind on the road and the goats that were slapped. Please continue
there
voice
is-
in the sky.
There is definitely
There's giant red handprints on these goats, and that's how you know they've been slapped.
no, but you can see goats of like some of them are still turned on their sides and they're like bleeding.
Oh, and trust me,
As they're trying-
Bleating or
That's
bleeding?
That's what goats do. They bleat.
Okay, I was just wondering if they're also bleeding.
No, they're not also bleeding.
That's a harsh slap,
As they're
man.
trying to roll back onto their little tiny
Are
legs.
the females' udders intact, or are they perturbed in any way?
They're
Oh,
wrong
Peter!
with you?
What's your deal, man?
the cold has left them. a
Hey,
little
eyes
perturbed.
up here, brother.
Yes, trust me.
I thought we were
There
talking
was-
about ghosts.
There was
I
a-
thought we were
are.
off trying
We
to figure out
are.
the mystery of the goats.
You're
I'm sorry.
enamored with
you
others.
were looking at a different mystery. There was a boy like you in my village. Every night I'd hear. And I'd be like, what is that sound?
that
I was
sound
sleeping.
mean?
I was sleeping, but every night. And I was like, what is that sound? And one night
Oh,
I wake
what
up,
are you
and it's a
insinuating,
boy.
sir?
He is sucking the meat.
I
from a
would
goat.
never suck a
He's
goat's
sucking the
teeth.
meat.
I would never suck a goat's
I saw
teeth.
you lick your lips when you saw that goat teeth.
I'd first
What
fall
sound-
into the
what's-
pit, then suck a goat's
What was the
teeth.
sound
The
again?
sound was
That's all I need to
every
know.
night it wake.
Okay, guys, the goats are off to the side. They have been moved away. The cabbage cart
But
is
you
intact.
can't hear-
It's just stilt on.
As a kid, is your second.
Reverend, get in the cabbage cart with me. Peter's gonna carry us.
You can hear the ever so
hear-
slight sound of the.
Give us one
Hop
more.
in, hop in.
Everyone, get in the cabbage cart.
Peter's gonna take us.
Okay,
This is a good time for us to bond, I think.
Are you braiding my hair?
Yeah.
braiding the Reverend's hair.
Tell me.
As
what's-
Peter Parquois carries the cabbage cart alongside. Are you in the cart? Or are you alongside the cart?
I'm fairly certain this
I
is a
don't-
sin.
Allow it if this. I want to walk aside. I
Okay.
don't
It's
like.
got to be
So,
up there
uh,
as far as sins go.
Dikembe, as you begin to walk alongside Peter as he's carrying the cabbage cart, holding the Reverend and
look
Sapphire
pretty.
do, you notice as one of the goats starts bleeding as it starts following you, and it like nudges you as it seems to be very interested in being close to you.
I will not. I will not trust another goat. I cannot trust another goat.
You shouldn't.
That goat likes you.
Okay, you keep carrying this cat, okay?
What
Don't
did you do,
worry
suck
about
its
what me and
teeth?
this goat is coming.
What did you do? Suck its teeth?
No, that is what you do. I saw you lick your
That is
lips.
what you
I
do.
saw you with my own
Gross.
2 eyes. You licked
Gross.
your lips when you saw that goat teeth.
Okay, guys. So you continue to carry yourself out in the early part of the morning with a goat trailing behind you, as you carry the cabbage cart out into the marshlands.
How do I look?
Let's see it.
Do I look like a jetty?
Oh no, they're
It works.
marshlands.
They're
So
marshlands.
Stuck. We have to
From
walk
Jedi
all of us now.
Tell you.
That
No,
I was gonna get to that, but thank you, Peter.
Thanks for the lift, brother.
Sorry,
So,
guys.
We're
I
at,
enjoyed it.
yeah, it's
So,
okay.
guys, you travel for several hours. All right.
I
and
felt like I was in the park.
Tell me everything about Scotch Egg. Did he want to know, like,
You were
did
Scotch
you remember
Egg.
me?
No,
Do
he
you
was
remember
like,
me?
"Do you want to see if I have a dick?"
I can confirm that did happen.
Pardon my language. I was
You were
quoting.
quoting.
I was quoting.
He's a free spirit.
Yeah, but I will say, when we asked him if he knew who you were, he said no.
It's a good point.
Really?
Yeah, he's like straight up was like, I guess I might have seen her at the show or something.
He didn't remember me?
Not at all.
Not even a little
Not
bit.
a single
was-
bit.
He was my first love.
He seemed kind of like a D.
Lady Do, did you like?
Yeah.
Lady Do, did you like it?
He was a
when-
real goat,
Guys,
if
and
you know
just-
what I mean.
Just for the record, I want to say I do not like this goat, but I can't leave him stranded, so I'm going to pick him up so his little hooves don't get caught in the marshland.
Could we have a pet goat,
Yeah,
please?
Put it in the cart. Put it in the
Dikembe,
cart.
can we please have a pet goat?
Please.
okay, but here's your responsibility.
I'll feed him, I'll take care
And
of
if
him,
he
I'll take
does
him
one
out to the
thing, if he
bathroom.
does one thing,
I'll take such good care of him, I'll play with him every day.
okay, I will say,
Let's name him Wolvie.
Wolvie, it's a goat.
Wolvie the goat.
Wolvie? How do you spell that?
So after traveling for several hours, you guys eventually reach to the edge of the marshlands. Woomby is hanging.
Wolvie.
Wolvie.
Like a wolf.
Not
Like a
Woomby.
Woomby.
Wolvie.
It's my pet name from a womb.
You guys get to the edge of the marshlands, and you could keep carrying the cart further, but it's going to be very challenging to navigate through the marshlands. But Wolvie doesn't seem to mind it too much. He continues to follow you.
Good, Wolvie. I
Uh,
don't understand your name.
as you see in the distant horizon, you start to see a shape move through the sky, and an eerie, ethereal cry at the same time in the early morning horizon of the. I'm sorry, the early morning, the light of the early morning, like crests over the horizon.
did you guys hear
What does
that?
that sound
Did you
like?
hear that?
What does that sound? What is that?
What does it sound like?
Is someone crying?
Is a turkey dying?
Sounds like Elvis after I made out with him.
Goodness gracious. When are
Here
you
we go
from?
again.
When are
This-
you from?
I don't know.
What year?
But who knows who sent you? I don't know.
Who sent you?
What do we do? Should I roll for my intelligence?
Yeah, if you want to keep navigating, go ahead. Because at this point, you've gotten to the marshes, but now getting to the altar of the book is going to be a little more involved.
I've
Can
got
I-
situational awareness.
So do I.
So
have
do I.
Situational awareness.
Okay.
We all do.
What about...
Okay. Yes, you all have
I've got
situational
knowledge and notice.
I've got
knowledge
both
and
of those
notice
things.
is what you would is at this point. Yeah, knowledge and notice.
So
to find a trail.
should I use my attribute of intelligence and then my skill of notice?
Right, and then combine them with your die roll,
Okay. Here we go.
and then tell me how well you did on the success chart.
Shit.
What's your language?
Woolly. Woolly.
I rolled a
Wolfie.
10, which is adequate.
Adequate. All right. So you managed to notice a trail that that still has enough of a solid ground for you to continue to walk over it, and you can, if you lead, you could probably make sure that you don't fall into the marshes.
Ooh, can we do a montage?
Yeah.
Okay, let's all do activities, but not be vocal. So let's be mute, but do activities while we get a soundtrack provided by our game master.
Okay.
Here we go.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-da-da-da-da-dum da-da bum bum ba-da-dum bum 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 da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum bum bum bum. Meh.
Man, I'm bushwhacked after all that hard work
That
we
was
did.
a crazy 8 minutes, but there's the rest of the trail right there.
I'm sorry that you got
found it.
violated, Peter, but you know.
Well, what can you do? It was 8 minutes of time that passed, so that's bound to happen.
Yes.
So it happens 8 minutes.
So you guys get through the marshlands after your crazy montage, and
Crazy montage.
So crazy.
montage, and you guys continue to kind of. The only thing that stops from your shenanigans is you start to hear that eerie sound that continues to permeate. Make sure you're doing what I'm asking you to as well, too, Reverend. But you hear that eerie kind of ethereal sound again. That kind of sounds like the morning coming over the horizon, as I described earlier.
Oh, goodness. The voices in my mind.
It sounds pretty pathetic, whatever the sound is, and it's not the same as that you hear. So
Okay.
everyone hears this pathetic
Okay.
crying sound. So
Someone's real sad.
It sounds very...
Pardon me, sad spirit. Can you hear me? Speak now. Use your words. That didn't help.
Do you think it's because their lover forgot who they were too?
It's very possible, but we should not dwell upon that currently.
it seems to still be pretty far away, and whatever.
Come closer.
Let's go investigate it.
Show yourself.
You can see as a little as over in the distant mist and fog, you can see as a shape is like moving through the marsh, and you can hear barely the sounds of squishing moss.
It's a very good sound effect.
And you hear that sad cry as it continues to turn, and it looks left and right before it scampers back off into the frost. It seems to be looking for something.
Okay.
I have a photographic memory, and I also have some points in the occultism. So
What's a
can
photograph?
Can I close
What's
my
in your
eyes
memory?
and go into my mind palace and see if I know anything about this sound?
Yeah, you can go to your mind palace.
Have
Why
fun.
don't you? And both of you want to? I mean, you both recognize the kind of the shape, and the overall kind of sad cry of whatever it was to be. Well, actually, roll. Let's roll. Let's see how much you recognize. To be honest.
Got a 3.
Remember, it's total with everything.
I do decent.
I do, because I have occulted,
Which one
I
is it,
do
notice?
decent.
You
as
do
well.
decent as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which ones are we looking at? Perception?
You're doing. At this point, you're doing.
I did occultism and photographic memory.
It's intelligence. Oh, wait, you have a photographic memory.
I do.
You remember, and you saw the Frosty Man, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do, Sapphire, do recognize him. Oh, but were you Scotch Egg at the time? Never mind.
Oh.
I was Scotch Egg.
Yeah, you were Scotch Egg at the time. Never mind.
So somewhere deep in the recesses of my mind, I might.
Right. So you vaguely recognize him as humanoid, and it could be a creature like the Frosty Man.
Okay. Quick
Is it the
question.
fireman?
You said it was occultism and something else. So what was the something else?
The intelligence.
Then actually, I am good.
You're good.
It's
Okay.
good instead.
So, in Dikembe, you notice it as it could only be the Frosty Man.
Mine's decent.
So,
Mine's below adequate.
I'm
I'm
decent.
tired.
Take a nap,
it's a long
Have a
montage.
vision.
Go into the cabbage cart, Peter.
Okay.
Take a nap among the
And
cabbage.
how did you do on your
Decent.
roll? Decent on that roll?
Just now, yes.
Okay, cool. So you did decent. Then you continue to move through the marshes. Are you gonna follow the creature?
Yes, I will follow it.
Okay, so you slink through the marshes, Mr. Peter Parquois. It's time for you to make more navigation, which is in this circumstances perception and knowledge.
Knowledge.
Right.
I'd like to use a drama point.
Drama point. Guys, no one's giving you any drama points for a while.
No.
It's
No.
okay. It's just hatred. I don't know where my pencil went.
Do you
Oh, I have it.
Stop, thief.
Perception and knowledge. Here we go.
Pardon me.
Ooh. With spending a drama point, I'm trying to do that like a British person, drama point. Mm-hmm. That drops me down to 13. I rolled a 13 plus 10 is 23. That means I'm at the tail end of extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
And what is it?
That's when you do the roll.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Unlike-
Extraordinary.
Unlike the chosen one.
Peter Parquois, not only do you find the right route, but you manage to find a shortcut. In what exceptional dramatic way do you find a shortcut that leads you straight to the altar of the book?
We're walking along the path, and I'm like, oh shit, let's just go this way, it's shorter.
What's your language?
Look at that. It's I can see it's right cut through there. Let's go.
Don't be so dramatic,
This is
Peter.
the only time I will have to agree with the Reverend. Please watch your language around the goat.
I'm sorry.
Do not.
Peter's a
have-
free spirit. You
Hey.
cannot damper his soul.
Hey, do it for Wolvesy.
I like to imagine that the meeple's kind of wolvesy.
Do it for Wolvesy.
I'm not into it, but okay.
Do it. Thank you.
Okay, we go down this shortcut.
Okay, you go down this shortcut with Wolvesy in hand, and it's starting to. You can see Wolvesy is starting to get a little nervous.
Wolvesy, it's cool. I got a leg. It's crazy.
As you can kind of see the ruins of what was probably a great stone altar at one point, and it has great pillars of several tons of stone that seems to be standing. Some of them sit halfway perched through the marshlands, and they're jutting out at different angles. And you can see as it all comes up into a giant grassy mound with what seems to have been dead vegetation. Like it's suddenly out of nowhere, the vegetation just seems to die around the altar, and on it the altar sits a single podium in which it looks like a book should be placed, and it stands with a beveled inset inside of the podium, and it has haunting carvings of like creatures rising from outside of the grave, and they're pushing themselves up through the ground, and you can see as flying demons are cresting along the horizon as like people are being pulled and ripped apart in this drawing, and it just seems to be pretty gnarly is a good way to describe it. So, but very biblical, I may say.
They say gnarly a lot in the Bible.
Right.
I think you're a real preacher.
I've been saying
There's
this
many
almost
different versions
the
of the
whole time.
Bible.
No, you're one of those
one
weird
for the
skateboard
kids.
preachers.
Grab a boy dance.
Hey, Reverend, you have the book, right?
I have it here.
Let's put the book on the altar. Peter, I want to take advantage of the acoustics in the room.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to take advantage of me. Okay, the acoustics in the room.
Why don't you sing us a little?
Peter,
Why don't you sing a little song while he's placing the book?
Okay.
Because I know you have a beautiful, beautiful prepubescent voice.
Sing an actual song.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are...
Oh no!
I'm sorry, let me try that again.
Is your voice changing, Peter?
What? No!
I told you he's got two. Pubes.
Sorry, I'm embarrassed.
Put
I'm
the-
nervous, I'm
Just
nervous.
do it to Moon River.
Old Moon River. I don't know that one.
Do green sleeves. Do green sleeves. I like green sleeves.
Sing the words to Green Sleeves.
The brave tonight
It's
journey
in the
fast
B-side.
and far
B-sides there.
to slay the mind.
He's got it. He's got it. Peter's got it. Put the book up.
And when
Peter's in the
the
mood.
dragon came too close, he knew just what to do.
Shall I read it as I set it down?
He used
Read it
his
as you set it down.
bravery. He used his
Port
wit.
of Plar, Satar,
He
Clar.
used his
Porn,
skill.
take flare and turn, clear, score, clay, far,
Um,
you sound like Bobcat Goldthwait.
The ground starts to
That's
shake.
a good idea, man. Hey, man, I'm pretty sorry about this.
It's Bobcat Goldthwait.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. Oh my God, listen to my voice.
What's
Peter,
happened?
you're a man.
My balls have dropped. They're dangling down twixt my knees now at this point.
Are you still wearing your
I can
pajamas?
tell they're covered in hair.
And
I am a man.
it not only dropped, but you can start to feel as the ground starts to shake from underneath you.
Oh my goodness. Skeleton hands have popped out of the ground and then grasping at my nuts.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. Skeleton hands are rising out from
Let's go.
the from the onset of the ground, and they start grasping onto Peter Parquois' nuts and everybody's ankles, and you can watch as the goat starts to prance, meh, meh, as it's getting away, as hands
Woolsey.
See,
lift up
Look
from
out.
all the different places.
I'll protect him.
I don't have him anymore.
He's out of reach.
He's way up there.
Peter, you're holding Wolsey above your head, upside down.
My name isn't Peter anymore. That was a boy's name.
What's
Now,
your name now?
my new name is Idris Elba.
I don't.
Call me Idris Elba.
Idris
I
Elba.
refuse to call you that.
I is a
I'm also
masculine
never gonna
British
do that.
name.
I'm not gonna do that either.
Sir Idris Elba to you.
I'm gonna use your Christian name,
Idris Elba.
Peter, that is your
Peter
name.
Parquois.
Elba. Idris Elba.
And you can
Be
see
true to
as
who you are.
as skeletons start to rise up from various places, and they dangle and they start picking up swords and shields that seem to have been scattered, which you didn't notice beforehand on the floor.
Convenient.
And you watch as Wolvesy starts to banter away from the inside of the marsh and just beelines it out of there.
Woolsey.
See, I was betrayed by another goat.
Good riddance.
In a most dire moment, just ran away.
He wasn't
was
brave.
my best friend.
He's no friend of mine.
Not anymore.
And I think that is an excellent place to stop for this episode.
The saddest ending.
The saddest ending. You guys watch as Woofsy runs away,
runs
as he continues to go through the marshland, but he stops for a moment as the skeletons start to climb out through the grass, and he looks back
And he lifts
stares
up
at you,
one
Dikembe.
And then he poops out his little pebbly poops and then scampers off.
To live on a farm for the rest of his days.
Now that Peter is a sexual being, can I
Still
latch onto-
15.
Can I
Still 15.
Can I latch onto you as a
Your
male
protector?
figure that
Guys, I'm
has
having
no?
a moment.
It's not often you hear the live version. This is nice.
I was at this show.
Wolfie, you did this to me. I trusted you.
Goodness, I didn't think it hit me that hard.
Anyway, I
Okay, wrap it up. Just close it down.
Guys, we'll see you next week for another great episode of No Survivors, in which we will recover and see how does Woofsy come back?
I pray to
Does
God.
Woofsy come back?
probably not.
Or is Woofsy going to leave all of our survivors to be killed by the rising deadites
All men
after
leave.
Reverend?
Don't let your life pass me by. What are the rest of the
Oh,
words?
Wolfie.
My name is now Idris.
Peter
That's
Parker.
not your name.
You're the
Peter
new
Parkour.
You're the
That
new
is-
non-threatening
Guys,
man in my life.
Real quick
to be
straw
there.
poll. If
all I
if
ever
now
wanted.
Idris should now have, if Peter Parquois should now be renamed Idris.
No, that's
And
not
if
a
we're
poll.
going
It can't
to-
happen.
and if
It
we're-
can't happen. Don't give this to them. Do not give this to them, Ivan. Do not give this to him.
And if they wish for him to elevate to a hero status as well on top
Today.
of it.
Today,
We better all
On
in
this
Peters
day.
by the end of this.
we're canceling the apocalypse.
Goodness gracious, he stole that line from a movie he's never seen.
You have never seen the Pacific Rim?
I'm
He's
from this
from the
current day.
medieval time.
Yes.
I don't know when she's from still.
1979.
Guys, we'll see.
It's just me and
I
you,
don't, I don't
Dikembe.
care what time you are from. You should find the nearest Pacific Rim and watch it.
Find the closest Pacific Rim.
And watch it.
Okay, guys. We're gonna see you later.
the Google
we
Maps
we had a
Pacific
moment,
Rim.
and now let it be. We'll see you next week.
Let it
See you later.
Let it be. Let it
Turns black.
be.
It's beautiful. Dikembe, you wake up after a few streams of light as you can hear someone calling your name. Dikembe.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Dikembe.
Yes. Yes.
Kimber.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Sir, there seems to be a very obstinate customer who is upset with his curly fries. Would you mind?
Yeah, I will beat him, but make sure that that milkshake machine is working. I think I made it home.
Oh, actually,
This is
the
how
milkshake
we-
machine
this
has been
is-
broken for several minutes.
Oh no. Oh.
For nearly 3 hours, actually.
Oh no. Oh, all the milkshake shells. Okay, I will kick this guy out and then I will fix that up. And you know what? Free Frosties for everyone today.
Frosties?
Ah, shit.
You watch as you see as the Reverend, you are currently upset with your curly fries as the Reverend is coming over because you didn't get the double order that you wished.
I wanted a bag of 15 orders of curly fries.
Okay.
And as you come over,
Just a bag full of them.
right? Are you gonna come over to him or are you gonna come over to him, Dikembe?
I'll come over to
I'll
you.
meet you in the middle. Oh my.
I love this.
I'm an old man with a peg leg. It's still a crucifix, even though
So you want a bag of fries, huh?
Yes,
You want a
please.
bag of fries? Okay, you want a bag of fries?
Yes, please, sir.
I'll get you that bag of fries.
Turned over a new
Fill
leaf.
this bag up with fries.
Alright.
And give this man up.
Curly fries, please.
Thank you. You want?
Preferably curly.
Okay, here.
All right.
You come back as the bus boy carrying his bag of fries and goes, here you go, sir. And you watch as he grabs Reverend, he lifts him up into the air as his mouth lifts up and he starts crying, as he starts trying to rip the Reverend apart, as you feel as he's being pulled
Take
apart.
my leg!
And Lord Thistlewick, you suddenly realize that you're in the middle of a kitchen somewhere when you start to hear, I swallow your soul, and you're next to...
What the bloody hell always.
Have you tried this frozen potion
No,
from the
what is
machine? It's delicious.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Sapphire Dew, you realize that several of the other people around you, all the busboys, seem to have now risen up and they're floating in the air and they're all coming after you.
Sounds like all hell is breaking loose.
And today,
This is untimely.
at
We
the end
have
of our
shit
rope,
to
at
do.
the edge of our time,
Goodness gracious.
we have chosen not only to believe in ourselves, but in each other.
You're gonna make me renounce everything I believe.
Today, there's not a man, woman, nor woman here that shall stand alone, not today. Today, we face the monsters that are at our door, and we bring the fight to them! Today, we are canceling the apocalypse!
You watch as one of the Deadite busboys jumps on top of your back and starts grabbing your head, and he lifts it. He pulls it. Idris Elba, as he rips, and as you say, canceling the apocalypse, is the last words that come out of your mouth as he rips your head off of your shoulder and is thrown across the room as it bounces off of the 99-cent curly fries.
Told y'all it was too much. Like number 13.
As it bounces back and forth, and you see
Parkour!
as the Deadites are now it's just like floating as they're coming towards Lord Thistlewick and the rest. So
In a fit of rage and paternal sadness,
My boy.
I pick up the frosty machine and hurl it with all of my
No! What a keychain!
all right,
Swallow this!
all right. Strength plus
Awesome.
plus awesome. No, this would be. I'm gonna call this gun food.
I have sports.
Sports. Do
I'm quite good at sports.
Are you gonna bowl?
And yes, by the way, obviously drama points.
Obviously.
I need a Scotch egg.
You need a Scotch egg.
I need a Scotch egg right now.
Do we decide what that is?
Who's Scotch egg?
Very
Someone
good.
be my Scotch egg.
I'm currently dying. I'm having the soul sucked out
Scotch egg.
as of right now.
All
Ryan
right.
Green, you're my Scotch egg. Come here, please.
We have word from Ryan. What the fuck is a Scotch egg?
Dikembe, what are you doing?
I am angry. I am angry that that for some reason the black guy got killed first by a weird turn of events. I am angry that my frosty machine is in the air. I am angry that these deadites are on my territory, and I say, guess what? Now you are in Arby's jurisdiction, and I pull out my swords and I slice them, and I do when I do these cool hip hop hands after it, like it's something out of Samurai Champloo.
How cool is it?
Yes, it's super cool. As a matter of fact, Nwadiwe starts playing Rest in Peace, and it is very cool.
All right.
As I'm having my soul sucked out, I'm just dipping curly fries in spilled frosty and eating them as I'm getting
right.
getting taken out.
So you and then you're throwing the frosty machine.
Yes.
Okay.
Full force.
So Reverend, one of the last things that you recall in this waking life is the sweet taste of
Frosty.
chocolate or vanilla.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Don't even talk to me about vanilla frosty.
Chocolate.
Yeah,
Frosty.
they came out with them like, oh, this is for
Let
weirdos.
me just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Just double checking.
It is chocolate.
It's chocolate,
Okay.
and you're dead. But as you feel the sweet curly fries go down your throat, as you feel your stomach being ripped open.
Ow!
And you watch as your own. Sorry, it's gonna get graphic. It's gonna get graphic, guys. You rip open as your intestines fall out of yourself, and
Oh
you
no!
realize.
I dropped my intestines.
And you pick them up as you continue to put curly fries down your throat.
Oh, I actually ate my intestines.
Do the fries come out?
The fries come out, and he puts them back in again. And
It's called recycling.
as you continue to as you black out and death takes you as the deadite busboy rolls his head back and forth and drops you to the ground. All right,
I did.
Idris,
I'm dead.
you're dead,
But
but your eyes wake up and they are solid white, and you can feel as a possession has come across you, as all you can think of right now is swallowing souls, and swallowing souls. So, as you lift up, and what is Sapphire doing? She's waiting for this.
I'm looking for a fucking Frosty. I don't got a Frosty. I just had this massive gig. And I
Scotch!
Oh my!
Scotch, this might be the end for me!
There's somebody fucking know her. What? I got a Frosty and some fries. I have a massive migraine right now. I'm not ready for this.
Scotch,
Jeez,
I know that we haven't been faithful to each other always, and I know that some things I have to explain to you, and there's a really hot guy named Idris Elba, and I've got to talk to you about him.
Okay, first, hold on. Yes, that is a very, very gorgeous man. I'm just telling you here.
Well, the head of a
Who the
man.
hell are you?
I'm Sapphire! I'm Sapphire new!
Crystal Sapphire?
Alright, look,
Who are
look,
you?
I'm gonna take you right now, right here, and that's gonna be the end of me.
Where
And I'm
is it?
fine with that.
Where we
Let's
gonna
go!
All right.
Oh my! Goodness gracious!
As-
That's all dead.
Okay.
so as both Sapphire and the terrified Scotch egg go down, we'll get back to them later.
Oh god, no, not there! That's not that bad.
I'm watching from above with the heart.
Right, hard times. So, how did you do on your throw?
oh right. I believe I did very good.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay, so you throw
I'm good at sports.
the milkshake frosty machine into a deadite, the deadite that tackled poor Idris and ripped his head off. By the way, the only part that's really animated right now is your head. Your body's not really doing anything.
Okay.
But you watch as the deadite, and you watch as it splatters everywhere as pieces of busboy just become a splatter, and you can see his hands and small feet and body parts start to flip up and up and up.
Scrumdumptious.
So, go ahead,
right.
Dikembe.
I am using
Protect your Arby's.
I am using drama points. Nice. All right.
Noise.
So
Nice.
that is outrageous.
Outrageous. Tell me how you cleave another deadite in twain.
With the speed and the anger in me, I break dance on my back and I spin around and I kick up and I do a flip and I slice down on one deadite and I look at Idris and I know I have to put him out of his misery. I know I can't let him live on as a deadite, so I start making my way towards him.
All right. So you cleave through this deadite and you watch as it separates in half. It's the busboy. His name's Tim. Yeah,
Good night, Tim.
As his two parts fall apart from each other, you watch as the arms start to flail. You are a terrible manager.
Oh, I will kill you twice. I will kill you
Where's
twice.
the fire do? You watch as it grabs its hands and starts crawling towards the Scotch egg and Sapphire Dew. That's onto the ground, and it grabs onto her ankle, and as she's in flagrante delicto,
No, I'm not done with her yet.
And it
It's
grabs
okay. You can still keep going.
and it grabs a hold of her ankle and it just bites into her Achilles tendon.
It's gonna hurt.
Ooh.
That's not me, darling.
And it continues as now we go back to the three remaining since one's occupied, Dikembe and Lord Thistlewick.
I pick up the head of my fallen squire. And I kiss his forehead goodbye as I hurl him at the last remaining deadite.
Good job. Turn his head into juice.
All right. So another sports plus
I don't
strength.
know how many deadites there are. I made that one.
There's plenty. There's
All
lots
right.
of busboys and lots of fry cooks.
The biggest one.
The biggest one. Dikembe.
Okay. So where are the remaining deadites? Where is one?
So there's two at the fry cook. There's two by the deep fryer, and there's one that is still in the area who was cleaning tables previously. And you realize that around your neck is still the necklace. Do you remember the necklace?
Oh no!
The necklace that you wore that originally opened the portal.
And then I take the necklace and I put it in the air and I say, "It is time to end this for once and for all." Slow-mo throw.
All right, as a deadite grabs a hold of your
Oh
hand.
shit!
It grabs a hold of your and it starts as it grabs and attempts to bite onto your hand that's currently holding onto the necklace at the moment. It takes a giant bite into your wrist as you can feel the bones break and the tendons sever as it separates your hand and the necklace away from your arm, and it is flung across the side of the Arby's,
Okay.
leaving you with a wretched stub.
So then I do what I do best, improvise. And I see that there is some duct tape left on the counter from trying to fix the ice cream machine, and I grab my taser and put it, and then I duct tape the taser into the stump of my hand.
We forgot about the taser.
And now it's time to clobber. That is the quote as I remember.
Now it's time to clobber.
Now it is time to clobber.
All right, so you throw. How'd your throw go?
Well, apparently my sports aren't that fantastic. Less than adequate.
Less than adequate. All right, so by the way, Scotch Egg, welcome. Do you want to do anything in this midst of this last?
Trust me, I've done enough.
All right. Then what you see is as a
Classic Scotch egg.
as Lord Thistlewick is doing his best soft pulp pitch. He underhand throws it, but it curbs off the side of the Arby's, slapping onto a beam and lands in the midst of Lord of Scotch Egg and Sapphire Dew. And by the way, Idris, your head at this moment is you realize that you can make it float now. You can have a floating head.
What?
Idris.
I thought I was in heaven playing harp. with my
Your
friend Reverend.
you're in heaven. Idris
Headless.
Alba is in heaven, but Idris Alba's head, which is now a flying demon head of Idris Alba, is currently going after both Sapphire Dew and Scotch Egg. So, you two, or Sapphire Dew, you try to see if you can fend off this. But nope, you can't. Sorry.
Come at me, Idris Elba!
You watch. So
That's some bad
Sapphire Dew, I think you get your final wish as the head of Idris Alba engages.
Literally eats you alive.
As you have now both Scotch Egg and Idris Alba to yourself in the throes of death.
Bye.
Is there anything you want to say as you go out the way that you always wanted to go out?
I have syphilis!
Oh,
So do I!
I guess Yes, that is a bullet and I have dodged.
Celibacy!
I think that's the closest we've come to simulating sex on the Geek and Sundry show, guys. Well done, everybody. Way to go.
Only on No Survivors. Great. All right. We only have left is Dikembe and Lord Thistlewick. Yeah, one of the Deadites is coming after you, sir.
Oh no.
It's one of the busboys that's next to the fry cook. So and he gets the jump on you, in particular. So you feel his two hands grasp you from behind.
Oh my.
As it attempts to try to get a hold of you, but he just jumped onto your shoulders, basically.
Ah! Goodness no.
Your flesh is tasty and cold.
It's not tasty. It's disgusting. You don't want this.
I want it.
Try the Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire, okay. As you guys are in the kitchen, it hasn't bit you yet, but you're gonna have to throw it off. So.
All right. Time for some sports.
It's sports time.
All right.
Drama time?
Yeah, drama. And Dikembe.
Okay, so this time.
There's two Deadites left, by the way.
Okay.
The one that is current with Lord Thistlewick, and the one that, actually, I think there's just one left. I think it's just the one that's back on there. We'll call him Morton.
Okay.
Get off my back!
Okay, then I will help him with Morton, but I will use a drama point because this is going to be real dramatic because I am going to attempt to jump, grab, and zap.
Okay, jump, grab, and zap.
So what should I be rolling for?
If you're gonna jump, grab, and zap, then why don't you do dexterity?
Okay.
Strength plus acrobatics.
Okay.
Strength in sports.
Strength and sports.
Right.
Sports.
My go-to.
So.
Right. Good. I did good. As usual, I did pretty good.
Good. Dikembe.
And then I did extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
So I jump over the thing and I slide too. And as a matter of fact, since I'm doing extraordinary, I pick up some horsey sauce, and then I grab the horsey sauce, shove it in his mouth, and zap him in the back. And I keep zapping him, and then until his head explodes, and then his head flies across, and it lands on one of the Arby's trays. And I turn around and I say, "Orders up." You do not say what I am going to say.
He said it from heaven.
I sent that to you down from heaven.
Yes, it came. I thought of you and I smiled.
Oh, I don't think we can do any better than that. All right. So the Deadite, his head is slapped on the table and continues to bite as you stare at the necklace. And you Dikembe know that you have two options with this, because you can feel now that you have defeated all the Deadites, you can feel the power resonating from the fact that the necklace is there, but the Necronomicon is no longer around.
Don't do it, Dikembe.
You Dikembe, can either destroy the necklace or you can wield it.
Don't give in.
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Today,
Dikembe,
this day,
you're better than this.
at the edge of our rope, at the end of our time.
You know what? That's a good idea.
You throw it inside of the deep fryer, and you can see as the bubbling and the hissing is boiling, and the steam lifts up as the oil turns blue, and all of the Deadites erupt into ash as you and Lord Thistlewick stand in the center of your Arby's. Blood is smeared everywhere. There are body parts still flopping on the floor. And there's no more horsey sauce.
What, pray tell, is Arby's?
Well, we'll talk about it over some roast beef.
Oh, I don't ever heard anymore. And fade to black, cut and credits. Woo!
Pussy makes me feel good.
Nice. Guys, that is our mini campaign of Arby's of Darkness featuring Armies of Darkness. Thank you, Chris, for joining us as Lord Thistlewick. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this little mini campaign. Make sure, of course, it helps us a lot and it helps everybody out if you hashtag no survivors and tell us what you thought of this crazy